repairs and services. And remember to ask about Caltex on-farm deliveries. Manu Automotive and Diesel Services working proudly with Caltex to Quint Central Fuel Supply. See Manu Automotive and Diesel Services today in Mule Street and let Caltex share the driving with you. Was detonated in a 110-story building's underground townhouse. We can bring the report to conducted by a joint terrorism task force of the New York City Police and the FBI, along with a special ground unit of the Soviet Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. At this point, law enforcement officials just don't have an understanding of exactly what happened, much less why. U.S. officials say there is no reason to suspect your blast and the attempt of bombing of the American embassy in the Breakaway is under public installation. Federal opposition leader John Hughes says the Prime Minister has agreed to declare an anti-free election campaign. Prime Minister Paul says he accepted a challenge issued by the opposition leader to concentrate the campaign on important issues. There has been a late driver's change in the USA camp. We will run through that when we introduce the team. Now the Australians will come around. So we'll get the drivers out of the cars, a few of the team captains from either side. And we'll have a bit of a brief word to them, and then the guys will be going out and doing some hot laps, and be interesting to see what cars got the quickest set for the night. The clay is looking absolutely tremendous tonight. The preparation on the track started on Thursday night, and is absolutely looking brilliant tonight. The track should be really hot to trot right from the word go, and we'll just move down onto the front of the track here, and we'll get a few of the guys out and have a bit of a quick word to them. And we'll be underway with some hot laps. So we'll just move down onto the track and we'll be with you in just a moment. You guys sit down here, are you? Sure. Right, ladies and gentlemen, down here on the track with us at the moment, we'll introduce the visiting team. Make them welcome with a big Stawell round of applause for the USA team and the captain, Bert Cheatham. Bert, welcome to Stawell.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to be here. Having a good time. Look forward to racing tonight. Got a lot of good cars here, a lot of good equipment. We should see some close racing.
That's good, Bert. What do you think of the circuit? I mean, you haven't driven it yet, obviously, but it's in a very pretty surrounding, and so far on the trip, what do you think of the racing and the circuits that you've raced at in general? Sorry.
Well, we've had a lot of good meetings. We've had 5 meetings up this far, and we've won 3 and lost 2, and all of them's been really close. And as far as the countryside, we've really enjoyed that. A lot of beautiful scenery.
Right, Bert, no worries. We'll move on now and introduce Steve Hendren. Steve, welcome to Stawell, and how do you think you'll fare tonight?
Oh, I hope we're going to win. I think we will. We've won the last 2 we've run, and we're looking good, so should be some hot action tonight.
Yeah, right, Steve. Well, there's a vote of confidence for you. The Australian guys might have something to say about that, Steve. And we'll go now over to Terry Thetford. Welcome to Stawell, Terry.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
And how have you been travelling so far on the trip, and how's the car been performing as well as yourself?
Well, my car's been doing real good. First night or two had some problems with the engine, but we got that sorted out. It's got a new engine in it now, and it's running real good. And I believe with these long straightaways we've got here, I believe it's just fast straightaways.
Yeah, it is rather fast. And down the straights now, ladies and gentlemen, driving USA 4 tonight is Terry Scorgie. And Terry is actually an Australian, but I believe he's going to fly the American flag tonight, so we'll just have to half boo him and half clap him. So we'll save that for you. Terry, welcome to Stawell.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's great to be here. Unfortunately, Steve Thrive had to go home with family commitments, and I'm just sort of filling in for him tonight. Anyway, I hope I can sort of fly the American flag as best as possible, and I hope you all enjoy it.
Well, if you take a few driving tips from me, Terry, once you get out in front and you've got those Americans behind you, just make the car 40 foot wide so they can't get around you. But if you see Neville Else or Johnny Rodder, let them go down, just point them down the inside, mate. Okay, use the hand signals. As the chief scrutineer always says, use the hand signals. Right, now we'll move on over to the Australian team, and we'll introduce them. And I believe that nifty Neville Elps, are you the captain tonight? No, Peter Logue is. Sorry, Peter. Peter, welcome to Stawell. You've been here before, obviously. And how do you think you'll fare against these guys tonight?
Well, I've never been here before, but it's just another racetrack as far as I'm concerned, and I hope we're going to chew them up. But they've got a pretty good team, and we'll just have to work hard at it.
No worries at all, Peter. Well, who do you think is going to be the strongest out of the contingent of the Americans to run up against?
Well, I've raced with them 4 or 5 times this season so far, or against them, not with them, and the whole 4 of them was fast. You can't pick any of them. They're all on about the same pace, and they're pretty fast.
No worries at all, Peter. All right, we'll let you wander over to your car, and we'll now introduce nifty Neville Elps from Horsham. How are you, nifty? Pretty good, thank you. And how do you think the old Capri's going? I believe you've been burning the midnight oil on the car too there, Nev.
Yes, quite a bit. I had a bit of trouble a fortnight ago and only finished at about 9 o'clock last night.
And how do you think the car will go tonight, Nev?
Time will tell.
Right, there's a man with absolute confidence. Now, Rod Berry. Rod, you've raced here before, I'll get that one right, in your car. And I suppose you're looking forward to the night?
Yeah, something different. I'm new to the class. Never seen the boys race before, so we'll see what the car does.
So just remember, rubbing is racing, mate. That's all they ever know. Rubbing is racing. Just get into it. Now, Johnny Rodder. John, you ran really well down at the Super Sedan title at Hamilton the other week when we were down there. And I suppose you're looking forward to a big night tonight.
Yes, I am. I'm hoping we put on a good show and beat the Americans. One thing we've got is a little bit of local knowledge, so hope things go our way.
No problems at all, John. I'm quite sure you will. The car's looking a treat, and hopefully it will run as well as what it went down at the Super Sedan titles, and I'm sure you'll be in with a big show. And also another local identity, Tiny Smith. How are you, Tyne?
Thanks, Trev. I'm just running an emergency in case one of the boys break down, which I hope they don't. Well, here's all barrack for the Aussies tonight and give these Yanks a bit of a shake. Right, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, won't be long before we've got some laps out, but how about a big round of applause for both teams, ladies and gentlemen, the USA and Australia. A big round of applause. Let's get right behind the Australians tonight and really give them a bit of a hoo-ha, these Yanks, and send them home with their tails between their legs, guys. Right, we're back up here again, and it won't be long now. We'll get a few of the guys out there doing some hot laps. It'll be interesting to see just how slick the track is tonight, and interesting to see how now goes the USA. They just let the cars wander around. Now you must probably notice these guys will run the cars low, then run them high, run them in track line just before the track consistency stands up, takes it down in the them down in the turns 3 and 4. They get the car a little sideways, running out wide, track doing up. Engine sounds very strong in Cheatham's car, gets a little loose, and the car pushing a little bit there going into 1 and 2. But out there at the moment we've got USA 2, which is Steve Mitchell, our out there. Speed travelling down into 1 and 2 there, getting it nice and sideways there. A little bit squeezy down there in the bottoms of turn of 3 and 4 there, and look out, Steve Hendren's really turned his around, but gets it back together again. Comes down under the jump one more time, they come down. Third Cheatham now, down into 3 and 4. Gets the car down on the low line, then runs it up high into the mid-track line, and takes the ticket flag there. Now Steve Hendren's running down into turns 3 and 4 as well, throwing the car sideways. He's going to have a lose here for sure. Turns it around. That turn 4 there is just a little bit greasy on the mid-track line, and could be one corner to watch for later on in the first heat of these guys, although we have got a few races on before they get out there. But could be the corner to watch down there, turn 4. Now, out on the track, USA 3, Terry Thetford out there. As he said earlier, had a few engine troubles with the car the other night, but got a nice engine and these cars are immaculately turned out. And out there with him is rolling USA 4, sort of half Australian 4, USA 4, Terry Georgie. Terry has only done about 20 laps in his car. He was telling me in the pit earlier on this evening. And he was quite comfortable in the car, but this track a little bit different to his own track up in the ACT. Terry comes from Canberra, and just taking it quietly at the moment, where Terry's throwing the car around, getting the feel for the track and the clay here. Clay might be just a little drier up on the turns 1 and 2 there by the dust that's flying up off the cars there at the moment. Terry gets round through 1 and 2 quite nicely. There's two Terrys out there, Terry Thetford and car 3. And Terry Scorgie in car 4 at the moment now. Terry Thetford's doing it, throwing the car around on the high line and the low line. Now Terry's got it all sideways down here in 3 and 4 and turns the car around. Got a little bit loose down there, a little bit too deep that time. But turns 3 and 4 could be the corners to watch for, as I say. The track's just not quite as dry down there as it is up on the turns 1 and 2. Now, we'll get a few of the Australians out there. We'll get Elsie out there, John Rodder, Neville Elton, Johnny Rodder. 2 to watch for, Rod Berry. I think Rod will have a big go tonight. This is do or die for Rod Berry in car 15, Horsham 15. So we're just waiting to see. Peter Lowe goes out in car 6. Now, Peter's obviously his first time doing it, so he's flying a little bit blind as well, but Neville Elton, very strong runner here. Will be interesting to see if he's got the car back handling as well as what he normally has it. Here it's Stawell, green flag. Peter Lowe doesn't buck round, gets the power down straight away. Down into 1 and 2 he goes, throws the car sideways. Neville else goes down into 1 and 2. Neville will be hoping the car's right. He'll be just getting the first one as well. Peter Lowe down into 3 and 4, car 6. Gets it down there, throws it sideways. A little bit pushy there, the car on 3 and 4. Neville else taking the low line, throws the car around. The little Capri. Listen to Elsie get the power down. Then he goes down past the judge's bus one time. Down into 1 and 2 he goes, throwing the car sideways. Neville Lowe's down into 3 and 4 now. Throws the car sideways as he gets into out of 4 there. Gets a little bit sideways on that greasy spot there. Manages to keep it under control. Car gets a little bit pushy as he goes down into 1 and 2 though. As he goes around now, gets the car down, runs it out close to the wall. That's the car into down into 3 and 4. Oh, look at that Bevanite plane. Scream out from under that car. Comes down out of 3 and 4 there. Nice and close to the wall again. One lap most probably to go for him. Neville else comes down now. Elsie just drawing the mid-track line at the moment. Peter Lowe go down the back chute. One more time. Gets the power down nicely. Throws the car sideways. Gets it out of 4 there now. Runs it up nice and high. Comes down. Takes the ticket flag. And that car looks nice and well set up. Looks like he might have the right set, Peter Lowe, on the car number 6 down there in 1 and 2. Neville else be quite happy about that, I would say. So, looks like we've got some great action coming up here. Neville pulls into the middle. Peter Lowe going out in the middle. Johnny Rodder will be up next. Car 46, Johnny Rodder from Ballarat. As I say, if anyone was down at Hamilton the other night for the Super Sedan title, John ran very strong indeed down there. Now he'll come round, they'll come round. Rod Berry and Tiny out there all together. Coming around to get the green flag. Green flag, Johnny Rodder. Gets the hammer down nicely. This car always sounds the business here of Johnny Rodder's car 46. So that 46 as he goes down. Down the next chute, Johnny Rodder goes. Just feeling his way around at the moment. Would have seen the other cars slipping and sliding in 3 and 4. Then we'll be just getting a positive feel for the car. Pushing dramatically in the front end as it went into 3 then. And look out, Tiny's gone to the Leyland Brothers epic excursion across the middle. Selected four-wheel drive and away he is. But as they come down now to Johnny Rodder down into 3 and 4, Johnny's turned it around in that corner. That's where the problem lies. And he gets it off the track. Rod Berry goes down into that corner now. Johnny Rodder pokes it out onto the front chute again. Down he goes, Rod Berry, also down into 1 and 2. Rodder and Berry down into 1 and 2 they go. The car's rising sideways in, lining the back straight up. Johnny Rodder comes down now, down into 3 and 4. Gets the car a little bit sideways again. Johnny's car a little bit loose down there in that bottom corner. Takes the checkered flag. Rod Berry comes around. He also takes the checkered flag. Tiny's missing the old early. Look at the body roll on the early. Comes down and takes the checkered flag. Wow. It shall be very, very interesting, and it won't be long before we've got the first heat out here on the way. And will be some very interesting racing later on. Now, race 3. We've only got to wait for 2 races. Race 3 will be the first round. Over 6 laps. USA versus Australia. The cars will be going out now. Some guys might be making a few adjustments to their car and suspension and tyre pressures and sets. Maybe even go for another set of tyres. It will be interesting to see just what happens with these guys. And shouldn't be long before we've got the first race out tonight, which is the ladies open saloon race. So it should be very interesting to see just 2 lines up in the ladies tonight.
Just while the ladies are coming out, Smithy, he happens to drive a NASCAR saloon down at Thunderdome. He's been running pretty good this season. Last weekend, he was, I think he finished 10th. After through the start of a race, he had a harmonic balance to come through his front windscreen, hit him on the helmet, bounced onto his back parcel shelf, down on his floor, pulled into the pits, threw it out at his driver's feet, mechanic's feet, which you can do down the Thunderdome. Then I hear he was pulled in by the officials to check his windscreen and see if he was wearing goggles, and he still ran 10th, and I believe he's about 10th in the point system. And then I think on the afternoon they were told something about practice to go up to Surface Paradise. And the mine of this story is, I think we've got to give him a hit in the head a bit more often, because the guy set the car up for him practice to head to Surface, and I was told there's only one fella there that beat him by a 12th of a second for qualifying, and that was Jim Richards. So he's pretty good on the announcing, but I tell you what, he's coming pretty good on the race circuit too. And I hear that he had some sponsors there watching him at the weekend, and I think he has got some American sponsorship. Is that right, Trev? So I think Jimmy Richards, instead of having him looking in the rear vision mirror and seeing him on his tail and Gracie, I think they're going to be following his booted lead around next year. So well done, Trev. And what's it like to have a harmonic balance to come through the windscreen of your car while we're waiting for these cars to come out?
Well, it was definitely different, Ty. You sprung this on me. Yeah, it was on a restart, and we were most probably doing about 150 mile an hour, and just dropped from third to top, and I just saw this object flying through the air, came out of a car in front of me, and I just ducked my head and turned the steering wheel, and it came in through the car and created a bit of a drama in the car. It didn't seem that bad at the time. It just seemed like a thing you had to sort of cope with. But by the hole in the windscreen, and then when I found out what it was, a harmonic balancer and front pulley assembly, it was definitely, after the race, a little bit frightening how it took a chunk out of the helmet and took a bit out of the back seat, and then hit the parcel shelf another couple of inches to the left, and I think it would have been all over Red Rover. I think the Tats Lotto days are gone. I can't win that because I've used up all my luck. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the guys have definitely decided that they've got to belt me in the mouth before I go out and drive, and the car went really, really well. So, and next year, well, at this stage, after the race season, I would say we're about an inch away from signing a very, very big sponsorship deal, which will hopefully put us on the map. So, all in all, it wasn't a bad race, other than I've got a sore shoulder, but we won't worry about that. We'll get down to the racing here, which is about to start. Pride's got the green flag up. We've got Horsham 11 off the pole. On the outside of her, Hamilton 17, which is Di Watson. On the, looks like we've got Katrina Berry and Rod Berry's car 15. On the outside should be Leanne Wild. Horsham 7 there is Wendy Clayton, I believe, and Suzette Pike. Maxie Lever, could you come down to the water truck, please? Maxie Lever, green flag and we're away. Guy Watson gets the power down, and it's Debbie Reinheimer, I think, in car 11 there in the blue Cortina. The red Cortina tonight could be the debut for that car, but Guy Watson gets down the back into 3 and 4, and the ladies are out there. The supermarket car park ladies are out there racing around at the moment, and it's Guy Watson out of 3 and 4. That'll get them fired up as they go down into turns 1 and 2 there. And it's Guy Watson, Hamilton 17, and look who's on her back bumper. How unusual. Leanne Wild in Horsham 29. Debbie Reinheimer gets car 11 around. Suzette Pike, have you got the tyre pressures right tonight, Suzette? Well, we know according to Jeff, as they get down into 3 and 4. Katrina Berry looks like she's got a flat left-hand front. Debbie Reinheimer's turned the car around, and with poor old Katrina Berry's got a front left-hand tyre that's gone down. Wendy Clayton at the rear of the field at the moment. Not quite, because Debbie Reinheimer, I believe, in car 11 is at the rear of the field, but as they come down, 3 and 4, another lap completed, and it's Guy Watson showing the way. Gets away down into 1 and 2. Not about an 8 or 9 car buffer, maybe a 6 car buffer now there, as she got forced a little bit there by Debbie. Gets down the back chute. Down in the 3 and 2 she goes there. Got a little buffer thrown over Leanne Wild in Horsham 29. Then it's 2-5 and 4-15 with 2W hardware car, first 2W car. And Katrina Berry doing a great job there with the front left-hand tyre, completely deflated, and decides she has to go for the infield. And I would suggest the picture to get a tyre ready, because it's going to need a tyre change. Horsham 15. But as they come down now, and it's Diane Watson, the white flag being prepared in the front straight, and it's Diane Watson down to take the white flag. She's only got to keep it on the aisle and one more lap, and she gets down through 1 and 2 quite tidily. Leanne Wild's going to throw the challenge down now, but I don't think we'll do it from there. And then it's in third spot Suzette Pike, and then we've got Debbie Reinheimer and Wendy Clayton bringing up the rear, but it's Diane Watson coming down, takes the checker flag. Diane Watson wins it over Leanne Wild. Then Suzette Pike comes in third spot in 12-15. Oh, Debbie Reinheimer gets it into the wall, bang! Oh, Debbie Reinheimer on 3 and 4, that corner that I said to watch out for earlier. That is a very tricky corner when you're on the high line there. And Debbie unfortunately kisses the wall, but it doesn't look as if it's got too much damage. A little Cortina fires up again and comes down to take the checkered flag. Well, definitely 3 and 4, or in the last part of turn 4, where the cars come onto the out of the pit gate and onto the track there, is definitely a little slippery, just a little bit slicker than the rest of the track. And Debbie got it right out wide there, and that'll be 3 wide racing here tonight, and the only way to get it is keep the track nice and slick, as they say. It won't be long before we've got the next class out on the track, which I believe is the B model. They've put some long hours into that car and got it back into some reasonable shape. So a good effort by the Stawell boys to do that. It's not all... the old hobby of Speedway can turn into some long hours spent in the garage, I can give you the tip. Now, coming down, just another lap. What they're doing now is what we call pack rolling the track, just taking that little bit of surface moisture that will lay there, just putting it down into the clay, and also giving the guys a bit of a feel for the track. And they're coming down, and I would say it won't be long, the green flag being prepared in the straight here. And Ross Burrows in the Brewery Tap Hotel Commodore up the pole. On the outside of him is Sean Quayle. On the inside there of the second row is Elton Wilson. On the outside of him is Steve Hutter. And at the rear of the grid is Robbie Sewell in car 11. They come down, they're getting sideways out of line. I don't think he'll let him. Yes, he does. Green flag, and away they go. Rossi Burrows cuts across in front of Sean Quayle in the turns 1 and 2. And they poke their nose down, and Ross Burrows gets the Commodore sideways. Steve Hutter makes a good move on the inside. Tries to get up underneath now. Elton Wilson in the Piranha, the RKR. Couldn't quite do it there. Oh, there's going to be a lose here. Look at Hutter into the wall. No, saves it. Great save from Hutter in car 57. Well, with this, Burrows hits the wall on out of turn 4. And they go down now, and it's still Rossi Burrows. Got a bit of a buffer there over Elton Wilson. And Burrows flipped the wall out of turn 3. Oh, look at Robbie Sewell trying to get up under Quayle in car 27, and the car's just sliding all over the place. Oh, Burrows looks like he quits the wall going down there and backs it off a bit. The yellow flag. Collision on the Speedway. The first bit of yellow fever for the night. Caution on the Speedway. Stephen Hutter cannot get the car refired down there on turn 3. And he's got it refired now. I think he might have been playing possum. might have been playing possum there, and I think you'll find it'll be just a single file restart. It won't be a total restart, so he'll come off the rear of the field. Now, coming down, and it's Ross Burrows, the Burrong Hotel entry. This will bring Elton Wilson and Sean Quayle and Robbie Sewell right up onto his back bumper as they're coming down of 3 and 4. Now, we're just one lap finger going up, so it's still the Burrong Hotel entry, the Commodore of Ross Burrows, but at 65, Elton Wilson in car 18, Sean Quayle in car Horsham 27, and Robbie Sewell and then Steve Hodder up the rear of the grid after the spin. Won't be long before we're on the way. Down the back chute. Going down the back chute. Get the green flag. Being raised in the straight here. Won't be long before we're back to racing. Ross Burrows, will he try and pork them as he comes out of 3 and 4? He puts gets away nicely. Green flag racing. Rossi Burrows gets the power down. Quayle gives Elton Wilson a bit of a ding in the backside and says, I'm right here, and goes up underneath Elton there. Elton left the gate open a little bit, and Sean Quayle tries to step through in the second spot, the little Toronto 27. Oh, gets sideways, gets a tap back from just some great driving there. Elton Wilson gave him a tap. Robbie Sewell got forced on the outside there, and it's great racing back in the pack. But Rossi Burrows, while this is all going on, has got about an 8-car bumper. And while these guys are dueling in for 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th, there will be some, he'll get away quite nicely as they get down into 3 and 1 and 2, and look at Sean Quayle holding second spot. Elton Wilson under threat from Steve Hodder in car 57. Hodder gets through on the inside. Oh, he's going to lose it again. No, he's not. Good bit of driving, but Elton Wilson goes down by the low line and gets through into second spot. Now, as they go down under the judge one more time, Ross Burrows going down the back straight. Ross has got a shot to bits. He's just having a look over the shoulder at the moment. Hodder turns it around again on 1 and 2. Quayle's going sideways as well. Elton Wilson's got him a little bit loose there as well, going down into 3 and 4. And as they get down into 3 and 4, it's Elton Wilson. Car 18, second spot. Sean Quayle sees the gate open there, couldn't quite fill the hole over, but he has now. He's got the inside line down into turns 1 and 2, and he'll try and hold it. Elton Wilson tries to shut the gate, but it's too late there at the moment, and gives a little bit of a nut there, Quayle, to Elton Wilson. Robbie Sewell's packed right onto the back of them now, and it's great racing back there, but Ross Burrows down into 1 and 2. Now, he's really put a lap on them because these guys are having a really tight duel, and as they come down, and it's Rossi Burrows, but in second spot, Elton Wilson, but on the inside line in car 27 is Sean Quayle. Robbie Sewell is still hanging on there and just waiting for them to make a mistake, and he'll slip through. Stephen Hodder trying to make up the ground that he lost. Right side being displayed for Ross Burrows in the Burrong Hotel entry. Car 65 showing the way quite convincingly, and he's only got to keep it on the island from here on, and he's got the race shot to bits. But the interest lies back here for second, third and fourth, and look at this, down into 1 and 2. Elton Wilson in car 18, showing the way quite nicely. Oh, gets turned around, big hit. Oh, there goes Elton into the pole wheel, no, and it's Sean Quayle in car 27 now. Look at Hodder. Hodder makes a big move. Oh, Robbie Sewell on the inside. This is great racing as they come down 3 wide out of 3 and 4. Oh, Quayle clips the wall. Oh, Robbie Sewell for second. Robbie Sewell second, then third went to Sean Quayle. Stephen Hodder finished in that pack. But what a great bit of racing for second and third. Robbie Sewell by a bumper bar, I would say, over Sean Quayle. And Quayle, he was just unlucky that he hit the wall. He hit the wall. No, now. The Chief Steward has decided that we are going back a lap in the results due to some unfair tactics by one of the drivers. And it looks like this could be very interesting. Going on out the pits. Apparently the Americans and both, 2 American cars and 2 Australian cars are changing rear gear ratios, changing the diff ratios. Not happy with the setup on the car, so there will be just a slight delay before we get the first race or first heat underway for the test series tonight. But that is why out in the pits there are some pit crews working frantically, changing rear gears in these cars. Obviously, 2 of the guys wanting to go for lower gearing, so that's very interesting. Now, there was a bit of a drama in that race, and we'll have to give you the results on that. The Chief Steward is just tossing up at the moment whether we're going to go back a lap, drop that last lap off and go back a lap for the placings due to some dip and barge racing down here on 1 and 2. Turns 1 and 2 I believe was where the problem lies. Now, coming out on the track, we have got the Americans and the Australian cars now. There's USA 1, Bert Cheatham's car's obviously right. He's happy with that. Peter Loeb, the two captains, side by side, ladies and gentlemen. On the inside of pole position is Bert Cheatham from the USA. Bert comes from St. Louis, Missouri. And on the outside of him is Peter Loeb. Now, we've just got the guys on the inside is Neville Else, car 5, Horsham 5, Neville Else. On the outside of him, I'm just trying to pick up which number it is. It looks like USA 2, Steve Hendren. This could be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be some great racing here tonight. As they come down, green flag being raised. Watch Cheatham try and get the hammer down. There he is. Look racing out there. Oh, Logie shuts the door on Cheatham. Cheatham goes by the infield, the Whalen Brothers excursion. He had the gate shut on him. Throws it down on the low line. Oh, clips the tyre there with the front spoiler. A bit of spoiler damage done there to Lowe's car. Every player, Neville Else brings up the rear. But he's got Hendren in his sights, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him go now. Peter Lowe. Bert Cheatham out in first and second there. Peter Lowe. Behind these Aussie guys. Come on, Neville Else. Get up there and get him answered, boys. As they come down out of 3 and 4. And it's Peter Lowe. Lowe gets down into 1 and 2. Lowe's taking up a bit of a buffer over Cheatham. Then it's Steve Hendren and then Neville Else brings up the rear. But this is a good start for the Australians. The Australians are going away. As they get out in the 3 and 4. Casting Peter Lowe. Down in the front. Bert Cheatham gets down on the inside. They're doing 1:17 second laps already, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome stuff and this is their first race. They've never raced here, these guys. Below 17 seconds. Peter Lowe. In the 3 and 4. Neville Else just dropped off the pace a little bit there. And it looks like the entrance up the front there is Peter Lowe and Bert Cheatham. Steve Hendren comes down now in first front. Neville Else in fourth. The car seems to be going up a bit of Neville there at the moment. But Peter Lowe out in front. Car 6. Down the back. Both players being prepared in the front straight. And it's Peter Lowe in car 6. Oh, look at him put the tire on the line right there. Gets the power down nicely. Bert Cheatham just seems as if he's going to sit there and wait at the moment. As they come down, and it's Steve Hendren and Neville Else there. And down the back strip, the last time. Peter Lowe just keep it all together. Picture cool there. As he comes down out of 3 and 4, he's going to take the checkered flag. Australia takes the first seat. The second car, Bert Cheatham. Third goes to Steve Hendren. And in fourth spot, Neville Else. But round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A great start. Peter Lowe takes out the first seat. Shattered the track record. I'm just waiting to confirm that, but I believe that he has just taken the track record. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He has just shattered the track record. Peter Lowe, car 6, in the first heat, the first time out on the track. And I would say the record might tumble a couple of times tonight. So a great start for Australia. Now, he comes out. Behind him looks like Berkey in the True Value car. And then we've got Stewie Finlayson there in car 84. And coming out, the other Valiant, I believe. There should be one more car somewhere. Should be Horsham 21 somewhere. Yep, there he goes, just down underneath me. Horsham 21. As Steve Ellis goes out in the Tirana, and it'll be Rodney Reinheimer in the car 11, the little Cortina, I would say. Now, we're just waiting for them to line up on the back straight, but it looks like Stewie Finlayson. Now, it looks like Jason Phillips in Horsham 21. We're just waiting to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure it's Jason Phillips. As they're coming down under the starter's orders. Now, Stewie Finlayson on the pole, on the outside Wayne Edwards, Steve Horsham 69, I'm just trying to see, should be up to there. Next on the outside of him, Berkey, Steve Ellis, and then Rodney Reinheimer and not just a rear, but as they come down into 1 and 2, and it's Wayne Edwards in the little red and white Tirana. Always immaculately turned out this car, Berkey in second spot. Berkey running for the championship point here. He comes down into the 3 and 4 there, the big charger, and on the outside of him is Steve Ellis in caution 69 as they get down. And down into the track one more time, and down into 1 and 2, and it's Wayne Edwards out in front. In the car 18, the little Tirana running quite nicely. Berkey got a lot of body roll on the charger tonight there. In the little Tirana, horse 69, Steve Ellis and Steve Binghamton in first spot. Now, Royal Rodney Reinheimer took the lead off out of 1 and 2, and as they come down out of 3 and 4, it's Wayne Edwards. Doing it quite nicely. Got a bit of a buffer up already. He got about a 2-car buffer up. As he goes down into 1 and 2, runs it on the low line. Berkey throwing the big Tirana, the big charge around, throwing everything at it, trying to peg up that little bit of gap that he's got there now. And then Steve Ellis in car 69. Stewie Finlayson doing a good job in 4th spot. Waiting to pounce if they make a mistake. You only have to make that one mistake and you're going to have one of these cars all over your backside. And as they get down out of 1 and 2, and it's Wayne Edwards out showing the way. Wayne Edwards down the back chute. You've got that 3 or 4 car buffer over Berkey in car 4, then Steve Ellis in car 69, Stewie Finlayson in car 84, and there's a bit of a duel going on between Rodney Reinheimer and Jason Phillips in car 21, and look at Reinheimer goes high on the outside, and this is where Debbie lost it before, and look at him go around on that greasy patch, the other turn 4, that's causing all the problems, and he's in the middle of the track, header off the track, and he does a great job. Wayne Edwards sees him to caution on the Speedway as well, as the white flag's being prepared and will run the last lap under caution. So it's going to be, I would say we're going to run the lap and that's the way they'll finish. Wayne Edwards, as long as he can drive around and take the checkered flag, I think, we're going to get a restart. We're just waiting on Ty to, now we're going to get a green flag for 1 lap, I believe. As they come down, I'm just trying to see Tiger, see what flag he's got in his hands there at the moment, which is the green flag, and I'm right. We're going to get 1 lap under green, so this is Fort Berkey right up on the back of Wayne Edwards. This is interesting as they come down, and Steve Ellis. Now Wayne Edwards has got to do it all from here again. Berkey will be throwing everything at him now. Berkey's got to do it. Right, oh, look at this, Berkey's throwing everything, throwing that charger around, going a bit too overboard, throws it sideways, Steve Ellis takes great recovery from Berkey there, but he's going to drop back a couple of places here, as they come down, take the white flag and the checker, the white flag being displayed here in the front side, we've still got another lap to go, and it's out in front, Wayne Edwards showing the way, comfortably over Steve Ellis in car 69, in second spot, third spot, Stewie Finlayson under 3 already from Berkey. Berkey gets the inside line, and then Jason Phillips and Rodney Reinheimer down the back chute, and it's Wayne Edwards going to take it out of 3 and 4, takes the win over Steve Ellis, and then we've got Berkey in the True Value car coming in next in 3rd spot, and 4th spot goes to Stewie Finlayson, then Jason Phillips and Rodney Reinheimer, after having that lose, completes the course. Wow. Wayne Edwards, it would have seemed a very hard task when he saw Berkey loom at him in turn 1, but Berkey just went a little bit too deep, got the power down just a little bit too early and turned the big charger around. So there's your 1st and 2nd spot. Wayne Edwards in car 18, and then Steve Ellis in car 69, and in 3rd spot, John Berg in car 4, stall 4. Now, I would say we should have out on the track shortly some A modified action, I believe. And we've got when we get the A mods out on the track, the first A modified you're seeing coming out on the track is our birthday boy, Wappy Watson. Happy birthday to you, Neil. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Wappy Watson does a great job for a man of 63 years of age. In Hamilton, 6'17", so give him a round of applause. It's the birthday boy. We've all got to let him win, I believe. He's been round and paid all the drivers to let him win tonight for his birthday. So, Wappy, they've even given him pole for the first race because he's the birthday boy. I also believe we've got another birthday boy here tonight by the name of Chris Hutchins, 31 years old tonight. Happy birthday to you, Chris, I believe, as a few people down here scoff and laugh. Maybe they've lied about his age or something. It's gone over my head as they come down to get the green flag, and it's Wappy Watson. No start. No start. caution on the Speedway. And Whoppy was a naughty boy. And just because it's his birthday, I don't think Tiger will let you get away with that too often. Now, Neil Watson off the pole. On the outside of him, it looks like we've got car 9, which is Dean Sparrow, and then car 8 on the outside of the second row is Brian Sparrow, and on the inside is Jock Clayton in car 7 as they come down, and they drop the race flag, and as Robbie Watson gets down into turn 1, holds the corner nice, runs the car down low, holds out the car 9, which is Dean Sparrow, as they come down now, and it's Hamilton 17 here. Oh, look at Sparrow get right up underneath him there at the moment as they get down, and it's Dean Sparrow and then Brian and then Jock Clayton doing a great job in the car 7 at the rear of the field for his first time back to a drive for a long time, I believe now, as they get down out of 1 and 2, and it's Neil Watson showing the way down the back here. Over car 9 over Hamilton 9, which is Dean Sparrow, and then in first spot Hamilton 8, which is Brian Sparrow, and Phil Jock Clayton hanging onto the rear of the field at the moment in fourth spot. Now getting down into 1 and 2. And the Commodore, the Membry Auto Wreckers Commodore, car 17, out in front, Neil Watson. Just doing well at the moment, just keeping it nice and tidy. Nice flame screens out as they come down out of 3 and 4, and it's still Neil Watson going away from Dean Sparrow. Then in third spot is Brian Sparrow. Jock Clayton in car 7 comes in fourth spot. This is not bad racing really, it's single file racing, but Neil Watson is bringing that Commodore up. Now preparing the Commodore for the wrong weekend, next weekend for the A Motorway titles, I believe, down at Hamilton next weekend, as they come down under the judge one more time. Neil Watson will be hoping to do well down there in the Hamilton 17 car as they come down out of 1 and 2. Neil Watson down the back chute, under close to the wall, down into 3 and 4, backs off there, gets the car nice and low, gets a little bit too low there. Now Dean Sparrow having a big go here, right flag being displayed. Neil Watson got to give it up. Brian gets a little sideways out of 3 and 4, and Jock Clayton still bringing up the rear. But as they go down the back straight the last time, and it's Neil Watson going away, doing it nice and there, goes down into 3 and 4, gets the car nice and low, he's only going to keep on the line, and Neil Watson takes the second flag. Dean Sparrow next. Brian Sparrow comes in third spot. Jock Clayton comes in car 7. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the car 7 that you're seeing going around now, that Jock and Wendy Clayton are driving tonight, is for sale. Anyone who's interested in any Speedway car, Jock and Wendy have got their car on the market. Tonight we turned our little car. Jock might have a tyre problem there, I'd say, at the moment. Rubbing on a guard. So, as they come down, but the placings are definitely Neil Watson, the birthday boy, takes the race. He paid them all, and they've let him win his first race for the night, the birthday boy. Neil Watson takes it out. Dean Sparrow in second spot, Brian Sparrow in third. Now, Membry Auto Wreckers Commodore, Neil and Di. Di does most of the work on the car and keeps the car immaculately presented. And Neil just goes around. So Neil Watson is getting ready for next weekend. Hopefully we'll keep the car nice and straight here tonight. And I believe that Neil is putting together a new motor for next weekend, so it will be interesting to see just how a new motor performs straight out of the box for the titles. Big brave move on Neil's part. Now, out on the car at the moment. Got the next lot of bulldogs coming out onto the track. And caution 6, Paul Simpson off the pole. On the outside of him looks like Tiny Smith. And then we've got car 19, I believe there, the little Tirana, which is Robbie Taylor, and Jeffrey Parkins, car 15, stall 15 up the rear of the grid. I'm just trying to work out, Tiny Smith out there, sorry. And it's Brian Constable on the outside in Horsham 51, on the front row, and we've got Tiny coming around at the rear there now. Just trying to find out where Tiny slots into the grid. But it's Paul Simpson, Horsham 6. The outside of him, Horsham 51, Brian Constable. Then we've got car 19, which is Robbie Taylor. Tiny Smith should be shooting up into the second row on the inside. That's correct. Jeffrey Pike off the rear. Now, coming down, gets the green flag racing, and it's Ross Simpson out on the little Watson, but he gets blown away by Brian Constable. Look at Pikey, big move from the rear of the grid, straight down underneath and takes from the rear of the grid to the lead in one big move. That was great driving from Pikey. A lot of rounds as they come down, and out of 3 and 4, and then 3 wide as they come down out of 3 and 4. The finger pointed at him there from the chief steward. Could be going to get the black flag at this stage. Now Pikey out in front. Tiny Smith is second. Car 19. I think Robbie's about to receive the black flag. Now Guy Smith, driving car 19. I've been told Guy Smith in car 19, and I think he's about to get the black flag. And Guy Smith is not a very happy camper at the moment, but as they go down out of 1 and 2, and it's Jeff Pike. He's got a great number in the field. Black flag, Guy Smith doing black flag, fast in the middle. Now, as they come down under the judge one more time, it is Jeff Pike in the Pike Moto representing, goes down into 1 and 2. Tiny Smith out after him in the red Commodore, then Brian Constable and Paul Simpson in 9 and 6. They go down the back street into 3 and 4. Of Jeff Pike. Pikey driving immaculately, got about a 6 or 7 car running up at the moment as they come down under the judge one more time. And Tiny Smith got the job ahead of him from there. Brian Constable hanging on. But Paul Simpson is throwing a little Batson around something chronic. Yeah, as they come round. White flag being displayed in the front too. Jeff Pike in the north scene showing the way. Comes down to take the white flag. What move he's only going to do it on the island from here, and he's got this shot to it. As they come down, Tiny Smith in second spot. Oh, Brian Constable gets down on the Leyland Brothers excursion across the infield. But still manages to hang on to 3rd spot. Now, Pikey down into 3 and 4. Comes down, going to take the checkered flag, and it's Jeff Pike in front of the comes down over Tiny Smith, it's already on the entry, main pace, and Brian Constable in car 51 brings in 3rd, and Paul Simpson comes in next. Well, Guy Smith sitting out there, not a happy looking camper. Now, Guy Smith, sorry, that's Horsham 19, not Stawell 19, which I thought it was, sorry. But it's Guy Smith out there in that car, and he was black flag. Chief Steward having a talk to him, but it's take nothing away from Pikey. It was a great drive. Trying to keep they left the door open down the inside, and that was all Pikey needed, and he just shot straight down into 1 and 2, went from the rear of the grid to the front, and was never headed from there. So a great bit of driving from Pikey. Tony Smith in second spot, just down here at the moment, and in third, Johnny Rodder coming out the gate. Car 46. Let's see if he can do it again. Terry Thetford should be out from the US of A. Terry is 30 years of age. Races limited and late model stock cars since about 1979. Is the winner of 123 main events, including the 1985, 87 and 89 track champion at Greenville, Mississippi. There's obviously no slouch behind the wheel of a car. Terry Thetford is in USA 3. Out there with him at the moment, we have Johnny Rodder from Dalesford. And Johnny's off the pole. On the outside of him is USA 3, which is Terry Thetford. And he looks like a bit of a wiry customer, as Terry. Then we've got on the inside USA 4. Running for USA 4 tonight is Terry Scorgi from the ACT, and Rod Berry's out there as well, and Rod's going really heavy hands through here. Come on, Rod, get right up onto the back bumper of those front cars as they come down now. Johnny Rodder should be dictating the turns, and Terry Thetford's trying to do it all. No way, no. The chief steward's not having a bar of that. Yellow caution on the Speedway. Terry Thetford was looking for the big fly on the outside in USA 3, but the chief steward will wake up to that, and they'll line up again on the back chute. Now, down they go. Johnny Rodder should be the one dictating the pace, and the crafty USA driver was trying to get the jump there, but couldn't quite do it. They come down again into 3 and 4. And it's Johnny Rodder off the pole on the outside, Terry Thetford. And then away they go, green flag, and Thetford gets away. Look at him shut the door on Rodder. No big apart there. USA 3 out in front, Terry Thetford. Johnny Rodder in second. Terry Scorgi, and then got Terry bringing up the rear. Tony just out there and pulling the early at the rear of the group. And as they come down, Bedford into 3 and 4, gets the car a little tight. Oh, Ronnie, you nearly had a chance there to put the nose down the inside and give him a bit of a bit and barge, but didn't elect not to do so as they get down into 1 and 2. And there it is, Rodder and Bedford out in front. In the middle. But as they come down now, Rodder gets right up on the next side of Bedford. Bedford just cutting the door, leaving Rodder nowhere to go as they come down now. Rodder's car's got the better set up for the corners, but look at that Bedford car. Right down the middle. Gets out into 3 and 4, but Rodder's all over him again in 3 and 4. Come on, Johnny Rodder, get up there, son. Get on the outside of him, run him all over the track. But that Bedford car's got a big motor in it, down into turns 1 and 2. Oh, Rodder's lost it. Rodder's turned it around and gets the edge. Terry George takes over, but Johnny Rodder gets the hammer down again. Terry George has got a great top around in front, and he's got Terry George to get around as well. But it looks like there's only one tripling now. Johnny Rodder, get out there, son. Get past Georgie there as he comes down into 1 and 2. And it's going to be hard work from here, but Bedford's going to get the white flag being displayed in the front straight. And Bedford from the USA is going to take this one out if he can keep it on the island. Johnny Rodder's got to get up to second spot. We need you to get in there, Johnny. Get it down. Johnny Rodder throwing everything in that car in third spot. Down into the 3 and 4. USA 3 is going to take this one out. Oh, he's really turns it around. Come on, Johnny Rodder. You've got one corner to do it. Terry George is holding him up. Johnny Rodder goes for the low line. Can't do it. Oh, USA 1 and 2. This is not a good start. Then Rod Terry comes in. But Terry Bedford takes nothing away from him. Great drive, USA 3. Terry Scorgie in USA 4. Then Johnny Rodder in third. The times during the 17-second bracket, ladies and gentlemen, still a great time, not quite as quick as the first heat, but the time's definitely down in the 17-second bracket, which is great running. But it's USA 3. Terry Bedford takes out the win. Second spot goes to Terry Scorgie driving the Steve Scheid car, that's car 4. Johnny Rodder in third spot. Did well to get back into there to get as close as what he did to Scorgie on the recovery. So at the moment, after the first 2 heats, it looks like the USA are leading by 4 points. At this stage, it's the Australian team 4 points, USA 8 points. So that we're down 4 points already, but I'm quite sure the guys, Johnny Rodder will be out there making a few adjustments to the car. Car just seemed a little loose. Well, got a little loose there towards the end of the race, and he turned it around, but that Terry Bedford car's got a very big engine, and it's very quick down the front chutes, and on the out of the corners it comes out like a bullet. Now, out there again. This is the race. We'll get it back again. And it looks like USA 2 off the pole. Phil Hendren on the outside of him, Nifty, yellow on. Then off the second row on the inside, Paul Logie, who took the first heat out. And then on the outside of him will be George Peter, the American captain. Line up alongside one another again. They're just coming around. Never else will be looking to do well here, so will Peter Logue. They go down, caution flashing, so we've only got 1 lap. Green flag racing in 1 lap's time. This is great stuff, ladies and gentlemen. The Australians are down at the moment, but we've got to get behind them and get them back up there. They're only down by 4 points. So Neville Elf, come on Neville Elf, get behind him, ladies and gentlemen, rouse him up. Neville Elf, we've got to get him fired up. But Brian, as soon as the green flag drops, straight in front of Hendren in car 2 off the pole. Peter Logue will make a big move from the second row. And Bert Cheatham, look at this is great stuff. This is the way you start races. Green flag racing. And look at Neville Elf trying to do it on the high line. Great stuff, gets around the outside of Steve Hendren. But Paul Logue gets there. Oh, Hendren out in front, all over him like a rat at the moment. Neville Elf has got to hang on for first. Down into 1 and 2. Peter Logue gets a little loose there. Then Hendren gets a little bit of a bucket there. That's Charlie, the other top 2. Look at that Logue engine. He's strong too. Comes down out of 3 and 4. And it's Hendren out in front showing the way. Neville Elf's in third spot there, holding up third Cheatham. That's the way Elfie. Using great speed to keep him out and let Logue get under Hendren as they go down. But it's there's the moment. We're going to get Logue in front of Hendren. racetrack line, making it very, very hard for Peter Lowe to get in. Oh, he has a bit of a loose. Lowe gets right up on his back bumper going into 3 and 4, and he had a bit of a moment there as they come down. As they get down, they kind of got him and it is strong as well. As they get out into 1 and 2, now can Peter Lowe do it from here? Let's see where there at the moment. Now Lowe taking off the front. Peter Lowe, come on, knock something out of the bag, Peter. White flag being displayed here in the front straight. As they come down, and it's Steve Hendricks going away. Down into 1 and 2, jumps the gate with Lowe at this stage. Oh, he gets a bit of a buffer up, gets a 2-car break. Come on, Lowe, taking to the finish. 9:30 around. Steve Hendricks at the moment. He's going to do it. Oh, look at this. Up on the inside line. Oh, Peter's having a go at Elf from third spot. But Elsie does it. Elsie lands on the third, but Steve Hendricks takes the win. Peter Logan second spot from Australia. And Neville Elst in third spot over Bert Cheatham, who had a big, big go coming out of 3 and 4 to take nothing away from Steve Hendricks. A great drive. Steve Hendricks, USA, great drive. Peter Logan second spot, Neville Elst in third. Fourth spot goes to Bert Cheatham. So, unfortunately, well, that might help us a little bit. Second and third might give us a few more points, but I would say we'll still be down. So we'll try and keep the point score up to date for you. As soon as I get them, I'll read them out to you. Still down by 4 points. It's going to be very hard to get that buffer back. But I'm quite sure the Australian guys will be working on it. But those engines, those power plants in those American cars are very, very strong indeed. As they always come over here, when they come over here and race, it doesn't matter what category of racing the Americans come over, whether it's sprint car, NASCAR, super sedans, they always come over with very, very well prepared cars and good power plants. Now, out on the track. Looks like we've got the ladies out on the track. And it looks like Leanne Wild up the front. Wendy Clayton looks like she's in Horsham 7. Diane Watson in car 17. No doubt Di would have given the car a bit of a polish and a bit of a rub up before she was allowed to come out, before Neil had let her come out and drive it. Katrina Berry comes up onto the outside of the front row, I believe. That's right. We're just waiting to see off the second row on the inside of Wendy Clayton. And that car is for sale, anyone who's interested. The Horsham 7 car, Jock and Wendy have got the car on the market. So after the meeting, if you're interested, might be worth a wander down into the pit. The outside of Wendy is Stir 15, which is Suzette Pike. And off the rear on row 3 on the inside is Di Watson, on the outside of her, Debbie Reinheimer. Now, coming down. Green flag being prepared in the front straight. And the ladies, the supermarket car park attendants are out there again, as I just get a poke in the ribs from one of the ladies alongside me. But as they come down, Leanne Wild running it wild, gets the car down, and Leanne Wild takes it down into turn 1. Katrina Berry on the outside, Suzette Pike up on the inside, Wendy Clayton drops back a place there already, and Di Watson just sitting gingerly in the Hamilton on the inside. But as they come down, out of 3 and 4, and it's Leanne Wild going away quite convincingly. Down into 1 and 2 they go, in the Horsham 29 car, immaculately presented car as well, and Suzette Pike gives chase as they go out of 1 and 2. Then it's Katrina Berry, then Di Watson, Wendy Clayton, and Jimmy Reinheimer in car 11 in the rear. Out of 3 and 4 now as they come down, and it's Leanne Wild. Suzette Pike want to close up a little bit on her there, as they get down into 1 and 2, and Suzette generally closing up on Leanne at this stage. Then Katrina Berry, then Di Watson, Wendy Clayton, and Jimmy Reinheimer in the rear. Down the back two into 3 and 4, and Leanne Wild. Out to the front, 29, Wilson showing the way over the Commodore, and Suzette edging her way closer inch by inch with every lap. Comes down into 1 and 2, the front 2 cars. Got a bit of a buffer up over Katrina Berry, who's under siege from Di Watson, who's fighting out for third and fourth at the moment. But Katrina holding it down on the low line and does well. Debbie Reinheimer goes to the line of front and across the infield. As they come down now out of 3 and 4. And it's Leanne Wild showing the way over Suzette Pike in the Stawell 15, Katrina Berry, then Di Watson, Wendy Clayton, Debbie Reinheimer at the rear of the field. As they come down the out, Suzette Clayton. Now as they come down, 1 lap to go, the white flag being displayed in the front two. Leanne Wild at the speed from Suzette Pike. pulled herself right up onto the back bumper, right in the draft of Leanne at this stage. They get out of 1 and 2. Katrina Berry and Di Watson doing third and fourth spot. Then Wendy Clayton, then getting right over to Leanne Wild, still showing the way quite convincingly at the moment. Now the take the checkered flag, although Suzanne gets the inside line, but good from there. Leanne Wild, then Suzanne Pike. First spot goes to Katrina Berry, then fourth spot Di Watson. Wendy Clayton in fifth. And Debbie Reinheimer in the rear of the field. Well, look at the drivers from Leanne. Just lap speeder there, I think. Lap speed Suzanne on that occasion. Couldn't quite peg Leanne down in one lap. But Leanne did a great job just to hang on and take the win. Now, just pull up in front of the judge. And it's definitely the placings as Leanne Wild in first spot, Horsham 29. Second spot goes to Suzette Pike in the True Value Pike's Auto Records entry in the Commodore, and then it's Katrina Berry and Ross Carr. Car 15 brings up third. Well, looks like coming back out onto the track now, we have the street stock. Yep, looks like that's what we've got coming out. Looks like Steve Hodder in the LVH out in front. While we're just waiting for the cars to come out, we might just play one of our sponsors' tapes before the racing gets out.
Overall perspective for the 20% more bonus, 795.
Car to come out on the track at the moment, which we look like we've got the fourth car coming out now, which was the hold-up. Looks like Gary West in the car 10. And I believe Gary's having his first drive after a number of years, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Comes down onto the, well, just hang on a minute. Looks like he's got it sort of mobile at the moment. We're just waiting. Caution out on the Speedway at the moment. We're just waiting for Gary West to get his car fired up. Coming down out of 3. Looks like he's got it sorted out there now. And we also might have another car coming out as well. The red flag out, so the cars will come to a halt on the back straight. Steve Hodder off the pole, on the outside of him, Elton Wilson on the inside there in the second row. Car 11 is Robbie Sewell. The outside of him, Gary West, and it looks like Guy Smith, who was black flagged earlier on, comes out and will be running off the rear of the field. Won't be long before we've got them underway. Green flag racing as the lights start to take an effect here. The Super Sedans will look great under lights. There's always spectacular racing under lights when you get that sort of class of racing out. As any class of racing is under lights, it always just looks that little bit better as they come down. Now they come down. We're just still waiting on Westy to get right up into position. 1 lap to go, the 1 lap finger being shown. Comes down. Steve Hodder off the pole. The outside, Elton Wilson on the inside of the second row. Robbie Sewell on the outside of him, Gary West. Bringing up the rear is Guy Smith in Horsham 19. Now 1 lap and they'll be under green flag. Let's hope Gary West can get up in the line. Gary not driven for a few years. So hopefully it won't be long before he gets himself up in the line on the outside of the second row, Gary. Trying to look for the fly, I would say, which is a good move, but I don't think he'll get it because green flag racing and they're into it. Steve Hodder in the old early on the inside takes the first car down in the pole, off the pole position down into turns 1 and 2. Elton Wilson and Robbie Sewell gets up underneath Elton. Here's a bit of a tussle going on here. Just said, I'll take you into the infield as they come down, and Steve Hodder comes down under the bit of 55 there, lifting it into the side of Elton Wilson. Then Guy Smith and Robbie Sewell up to the rear of the field. As they go down out of 1 and 2, and it's car 57, the old early, out showing the way, out showing down the back through. Got a good spot up. Elton Wilson in second spot. Third spot goes to Gary West. Fourth spot Guy Smith. Then Robbie Sewell next. as they come down. Oh, guy, very big time. Hits the wall rather hard. Robbie Sewell goes down the inside of him. But no interest out the front. Steve Hodder, car 57. The old wheel. Oh, Gary West, parked off the wall. Very wide. On that 3-old third spot. Robbie Sewell closes up. Oh, then Elton Wilson just bounced the tyre down there on the inside. Steve Hodder. Down into 1 and 2 they go, and it's Steve Hodder showing the way. Doing the job quite nicely out in front. Down the back chute they run. Elton Wilson, car 18 next. Then Gary West is passing. Sounds like a bumblebee running down the back chute. And then Robbie Sewell and Guy Smith after clouding the wall at the rear of the field. Steve Hodder though. Still got a 2-car buffer lead over the rest of the field at the moment. Down into 1 and 2. Just keeping it nice and tidy out in front. Guy Smith's got a bit of a problem and gone for the infield. And as they go down, Gary West, and he's in third spot there as they go down into 3 and 4. Elton Wilson getting out. Is going to push him wide into that corner for sure. Oh, he's over! Oh, big time smash! Elton Wilson rolls the car. Wilson, red flag on the Speedway. Lock Wilson on the Speedway. A big hit down there in turns 1 and 2. Elton Wilson. Let's hope Elton's all right. Crash crews on the scene very, very quickly indeed. Oh, Gary West got straight up underneath him and turned him straight up and over. Big fly. And Elton Wilson's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Great stuff. Looks absolutely a picture up in the air, pirouetting like a ballet dancer. But a big-time roll. Up in the air, and I think it did 2 pirouettes. And then came back down. But red flag on the Speedway, and red flag means stop, and you will see that Gary West and Steve Hodder stopped. Getting their tracks over there. Now Robbie Sewell's car moves away from the accident. So they're just waiting to see what the Chief Steward's going to do here, but that was a nice big hit and up and over. But the main thing is, Elton's all right after his spectacular ride. And we're just waiting for the tow truck to move the car up. Hopefully there's not too much damage done to Elton's car, and he'll be able to get back out there. Big time hit the Chief Steward. Just say that it will be Steve Hodder, and Elton Wilson will get second spot, even though he's flipped the car, and Gary West will be in third spot. Then, as I'd say, it'll be Robbie Sewell. Just waiting for the Chief Steward to confirm those placings. We'll see what the ruling is on that. But Steve Hodder can't have the win taken away from him in car 57. We'll sort out second and third in just a moment. We'll get those placings to you. Well, it looks like Gary West might take the second spot, and Robbie Sewell might take the third spot because Elton caused the stoppage of the race. He cannot be included apparently in the points. So it definitely looks like Steve Hodder in car 57 will take the win. Second spot is first drive back after many years, Gary West in car 10. Third spot will go to Robbie Sewell, I would say, and Guy Smith unfortunately had to retire into the infield. So, big crash down there in turn 1, right in front of you there. You couldn't get it any closer if you tried. Up in front of you there and down on the track big time. So hopefully there's not too much damage done to the car, and they'll get the car back on the track. Later on in the evening, Elton walking across there. Tow truck looking up. Won't be long before we've got the next race out on the way, which I think will be Super Sedans again. So,
did you know Conrad Gratian's Bentley's Fuel and Tyre Service do exhausts? Did you know they do wheel alignments? Did you know Conrad Gratian's Bentley's Fuel and Tyre Service stock a big range of quality tyres? Did you know they have an experienced qualified mechanic and mobile breakdown service? Well, you do now, so don't forget it. Bentley's Gratian Fuel and Tyre Service of Stawell. They're open 7 days with 24-hour fuel on request. Hit the highway with Bentley's Fuel and Tyre Service, Western Highway, Stawell.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important to not forget the sponsors of tonight, and also we'll just run through. It's very important for spectators and the competitors to support the people who are sponsoring these events here tonight, and also Stawell Tyre and Brake and Mechanical Services are one of our major sponsors here is Elton Wilson, just walks up. Elton, how does it feel to be a ballet dancer, mate?
Oh, not too bad at the moment.
And you might be a bit sore and stiff tomorrow, but otherwise feeling all right?
Yeah, no worries at all.
And how's the car looking? Are you going to get back going in tonight, or is she a little bit beyond it?
Oh, I think it might be a bit beyond it at the moment, so I don't have a good look at it anyway.
No problems at all. What do you think happened, Elton? Did you get a tag, or did something snap in the rear end? It looked like something snapped in the rear end from up here.
Yeah, I think it might have done a shocker or something.
Yes, well, it definitely was. You've so far been the highlight of the meeting, and I've been told by my pit crew chief when I'm racing that you've either got to go out there and win or be the highlight. So far you've definitely been the highlight, so congratulations on that part. Hopefully you might be able to get the car going, and we'll get some word back from you later on.
Okay, thanks a lot.
No problems at all. Round of applause for Elton Wilson, ladies and gentlemen. He's definitely taken the highlight of the meeting award so far, and hopefully they will get that car back on the track shortly. And as I was saying, we'll get back to our sponsors. Don't forget, Stawell Tyre and Brake and Mechanical Services down on the Western Highway down in Stawell. And you can go down and see Steve Owen or Frank Brown down there. They'll be only 2 grades to see you. And you can call them on 583-532. And they are one of the main supporters here tonight of the racing. Don't forget, Stawell Radiators. Tony Cobbins, the president of the Speedway here, and also has the push car out there, is also another major sponsor here tonight, along with a lot of other people. Conrad Gratian, the Auto Pro store as well. So it's always important to support these people when you're shopping locally, because they're trying to put on some great racing here. There's been some great racing here. We've had an Australian or a Victorian title here so far this year. We've got a test series which between USA and Australia, which is a bit of a coup as well. So the Stawell Motorsports Club are definitely trying to put on some top racing, so it's very important for you, the spectator, and the competitors to support the club as well as the sponsors. Now, we're waiting for the Super Sedans to come out again, and Johnny Rodder comes out on the track. Car 46 looms out on the track as he comes out, and it looks like it's USA 2 behind him, which is Steve Hendren. He's also out on the track. Steve is a winner earlier on tonight. And these Super Sedans sound the business, don't they? They'll look a treat under the lights as they come down. Rod Berry also out on the track. Rod's wearing a few tyre marks. Looks like he's been doing a bit of rubbing there as Rod Berry there. The car 15 definitely showing some rub marks down the left-hand side here at the moment. Now we've got now we're just trying to sort out what's going on here. Now car 4 is slipping up onto the probably on the outside of the front row, I'd say. Now this seems a little unfair. We've got Johnny Rodder, Rod Berry. Rod Berry out off the pole, comes down. Rod Berry, big job in front of you here as they come down. Out at 3 and 4, and they're racing now, and it's out on the outside. Berry Scorcher gets away. Johnny Rodder slips up into second spot though. Rod let him forward in. Pork Hendren, Rod. Pork Hendren as they go down the back too, and it's Berry out in front over Johnny Rodder. And Rod Berry doing a great job in car 15 off, throws him wide. Throw him out in the dirt. Johnny Rodder gets through. Great move. Australia out in front as they go down into turn 1. Johnny Rodder pulled a great move on Terry Scorchy there as they get down into 1 and 2. He's got Steve Hendren and Terry Scorchy. Johnny Rodder, you're out there on your own. At this stage as they come down out of 3 and 4. And it's Australia out in front. John Rodder gets a bit of a buffer up there. Come on, John. John gets it sideways. He's thrown it away. Oh, big hit. Hit down there. Caution on the Speedway. Johnny Rodder turned it around down in exactly the same spot as he turned it around before. And it looks like Terry Scorch's car might have suffered a bit of a hit there. But hopefully both these cars are all right. Rod Berry rolling down the back chute. But caution on the Speedway. It's all happened down there in turn 2. Now Johnny Rodder's car, I'm just trying to see if there's any damage done to that. It looks all right. Johnny Rodder's car looks fine. It doesn't look like there's any front end damage. John had it out in front and then turned it around in exactly the same spot as he did before. Terry Scorchy's car there, car 4 from the ACT, is out with the push car behind him. And we're just trying to see, I can't quite see the damage on that car, but obviously has a problem, won't fire up, or something amiss there with that car. Now Johnny Rodder's car looks fine in the front end. Steve Hendren's car didn't sustain any damage in that either. As they come around, caution on the speedway as they're trying to crash crews attending to Terry Scorch's car. But Steve Hendren's car 2 could be mission impossible here now for Johnny Rodder. Johnny Rodder, you're going to have to throw caution to the wind. Now we're just trying to wait and see. We should push that car out into the middle if it's not going to go. Put the push car behind it and push it to the middle. Can we have the tow truck out onto the track, please? The tow truck. Now, we're just trying to, yes, tow truck definitely looking up. There's obviously some damage done to that car that we can't quite see from here. And tow truck's really looking up there now. Terry will be very despondent after that. He'll be wanting to get out there and race. But unfortunately at this stage can't do that, so it'll be Steve. So we're just waiting for the tow truck to clear the track. Straight around Rod Berry and straight out after Steve Hendren, who gets down into 1 and 2. Now Johnny Rodder's having all sorts of trouble up there on 1 and 2. Steve Hendren gets the power down. That Yankee Nick got the front, as they say. Shoots down into 3 and 4, and it's Steve Hendren USA out in front. Johnny Rodder closes up onto him there. As they come down into the coach one more time. Down into 1 and 2 they go. Rod Berry still tagging on, doing a great job. Oh, Johnny Rodder's done it again. He has got all sorts of problems down here tonight on 1 and 2. Now Steve Hendren's got a kill the at the moment. Out in front. There's about an 8-car buffer at the moment. As he comes out of turn 4, and it's Johnny Rodder coming out in turn 1. Rod Berry is second, starting car 15 as he gets down out of 1 and 2. And it's Steve Hendren. Right up as they run. Gets it down into, look at that methanol flame stream out from under that car. Holds the front race in the 3 and 4. Gets up onto the rooftop. And manages to hold as they go down and into 1 and 2. Steve Hendren out in front. Rod Berry in second spot. Then John Rodder in third as they go down the box. Steve Hendren comes down to take the checkered flag, but this is going to put a further in front of him. Steve Hendren takes nothing away from him. Great bit of driving, takes the checkered flag. Rod Berry's going to take second spot. Third spot goes to Johnny Rodder. Johnny Rodder's having all sorts of drama down there on 1 and 2. He's put it into the canteen. There's Australia versus USA t-shirts. And the drivers will sign them after the race meeting, if you wish, up by the canteen. So if anyone is wishing to purchase a t-shirt, the drivers will make themselves available up there to do it. Out on the track now, we've got the street stocks. Now the point score at the moment, the USA 14 points, Australia 10 points. We're still hanging on to a 4-point deficit, so it's not impossible to do. We've still got a lot of racing left tonight. But it's off the pole position, it's Bertie. On the outside of him looks like Steve Ellis. On the inside of the second row, Wayne Edwards. On the outside, Stewie Finlayson. Jason Phillips off the inside of the rear, and on the outside, Rodney Reinholm. A green flag racing. Down the back chute they run. Oh, look at Wayne Edwards get down on the inside of Steve Ellis, who left the wheel just a little bit wide open. Down into 3 and 4, and the big charger out in front, Berkey. Going to be hard to beat from here, although he turned it around earlier on, pushing it a little bit too hard. But as they get down into 1 and 2, and it's Berkey out in front in the charger, the True Value hardware charger. Oh, car 18, Edwards looks like he's got the inside run. Takes Berkey on down the back chute. Forehand to the door handle in the 3 and 4, and Berkey's helped out. He couldn't quite do it from there. Wayne Edwards had the preferred line. Now Berkey's trying to get back up underneath Edwards. But the little Sharana, the red and white Sharana out in front, doing a nice nicely down into 1 and 2, and it's Wayne Edwards out in front, showing the way over Berkey. Now Berkey's under siege from Steve Ellis in the other Tirana, and the Tiranas are actually kingpins here tonight for the track conditions as they come down, and it looks like we've got a bit of a drama down the bottom here with Jason Phillips and Rodney Reinheimer. But as they come down the front straight, down into 1 and 2 they go, and it's Wayne Edwards in car 18 out in front, going the way over Berkey car 4, Steve Ellis in car 69. In car 84, then we've got Rodney Reinheimer in car 11, and it looks like Jason Phillips brings up the rear at the moment. As they get down under the judge one more time, and it's Wayne Edwards out in front, Berkey down on the low line, and then it's Steve Ellis right out next to the wall and give it a bit of a graze as he went past us here. But Wayne Edwards down the back chute, got that 6-car buffer at the moment, and is driving like a champion at the moment as he comes down into 3 and 4. White flag being prepared in the front straight here as he goes down to take the white flag. Berkey next, then Steve Ellis, Basin unchanged at the moment, and it's Stewie Finlayson, Rodney Reinheimer and Jason Phillips at the rear. But as they get down, Wayne Edwards, I think he's only going to keep it on the island from here in the little red and white Tirana, and he's got to chop the bit. Checkered flag about to be waved as he takes the checkered flag. Wayne Edwards in second spot. Oh, look at this, a go for second and third. But Berkey heads onto that. Second spot goes to Berkey. Steve Ellis in third spot. Stewie Finlayson brings up fourth. Then Rodney Reinheimer, who nearly clips the wall, and Jason Phillips at the rear of the field. Well, great bit of driving.
Done this long before. See you later, radiator. I'm calling ice, and that's for sure.
The independent cooling experts can repair and clean out your current radiator before it overheats, or they can replace it with a new one. Look for the independent cooling experts Penguin near you and say goodbye to those radiator blues. See you later, radiator.
So long. Goodbye. Hasta la vista, baby.
Well, it's the radiators, part of the ice race. And it's Rod Berry back out on the track again. In Horsham 15, the Wimmera Industrial Supplies car. Out on the track, doing a great job tonight, Rod. And it looks like USA 1, Bert Cheatham out on the track, the USA captain out there. Steve Hendren looks like he's coming back out again. I would say the USA are definitely trying to stack the odds against us. There seems to be a few more running. Terry Thetford hasn't had a run for a while, and we're just trying to find out what's happened to Terry's car. Number 3, which is USA 3, doesn't seem to be fronting up at the moment. Maybe Neville Else has put the fear of God into him. But as we're just waiting for the other Australian car to come out, and it won't be long before we've got them back to green flag racing.
See you later, radiator. You couldn't take the heat no more. See you later, radiator.
I could have done this long before.
See you later, radiator.
I'm calling ice, and that's for sure.
If you've seen the sign, call ICE, the independent cooling expert. ICE can repair, clean out, or replace your current radiator. Look for the independent cooling expert Penguin near you and say goodbye to those radiator blues. See you later, radiator.
So long. Goodbye. Hasta la vista, baby.
Righto, off the pole position. We've USA captain Bert Cheatham on the outside of him, Johnny Rotto on the second row, Ross Berry on the outside of him, Steve Hendren, as they come down to get the green flag, and he's right at the bar of that. Bert Cheatham trying to get the fly, and ran Johnny Rotto very wide, and he put the hammer down, but the Chief Steward not having a bar of that, so they'll go round for another restart. Lines of 2. Bumper to bumper is the way it's supposed to be. As they come down again. Now, Bert Cheatham knows what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen. You can't quite see it from up there, but Bert's pushing Johnny Rodder very wide into the soft and softer clay out on right on the track, and then just puts the power down. And that's not the way to do it. You can only dictate the pace. You can't dictate the line as they come down into 3 and 4 again. He does it again this time. He'll get the black flag treatment, I would say. Johnny, keep it on the island, for goodness sake. As they go down, it's Johnny right out in front. It's down the inside into 3 and 4 very deep. Oh, Rod Berry's having a big go. Good on you, Rod. Steve Hendren back there in third. Oh, Rod and Hendren get together. But Hendren gets away with that one. And Rod Perry still goes. Come on, Rod, get back up in there again. Don't let that worry you. Johnny Rodder in second. Then he's got Henry on his backside as well. So Johnny Rodder's got 2 to contend with. Now Johnny Rodder throws the low line there. Henry as they come out on 3 and 4. A bit of driving there from Johnny Rodder. Well, Cheatham gets a little bit wide. But Rodder can't do much about it there. Look at the methanol flame under Cheatham's car, USA 1. Oh, Johnny Rodder's got him now. Johnny Rodder down the inside. As they come down, side by side. Great bit of driving, Johnny Rodder. Pushes him right, down into 1 and 2. And it's Hendon in first spot. Very in first spot. This is what he needs to be, ladies and gentlemen. Get up, cheer him on. Come on, help this guy take this one out. Rodder out in front. Early in 3 and 4. Down into 1 and 2 they go. And it's Johnny Rodder over Brad Cheatham in second spot. Third spot goes to Steve Hendon. Point flag being prepared in the front straight. This is a great bit of stuff. Oh, Johnny Rodder gets a little loose there. Then they get down into 1 and 2. And it's Johnny Rodder out in front. Oh, Johnny, keep it together for goodness sake. This is nerve-wracking up here. In that first finish car down the back there. Steve Hendon is well in third and Rod Berry in fourth. But it's Johnny Rodder, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, Australia takes that one. Johnny Rodder. Great bit of racing. Brett Cheatham in second spot, Steve Hendon in third. And that might be just the difference we need, ladies and gentlemen, to get back up in the point score. Johnny Rodder takes out the win. Great bit of driving. Johnny Rodder, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, give him a round of applause. Johnny Rodder from Australia takes that out. Great stuff. Modifies out there at the moment. We've got car 8 out the pole, which is Brian Sparrow. On the outside is Jock Clayton. On the inside of the second row is Brian Sparrow. And on the outside of him is Whoppy Watson, the birthday boy, as they get the green flag. And Whoppy Watson's going to catch the wall if he gets out there. But as they get down into those turns 1 and 2, and it's the Sparrow boys first and second. And oh, Jock Clayton's having a bit of a ding-dong go here on the outside. Oh, Jock puts the wall. In the first spot, but down they go into 1 and 2, and it's Brian Sparrow out in front over Dean Sparrow, and Dean gets a little bit sideways. Robbie Watson gets down the outside of him now into 1 and 2, and looks for a way right around the outside, but the Sparrow boys out in front. Brian at the moment in car 8, Dean in car 9, Neil Watson, and then Josh dropped off the pace there after he clipped the wall. Hopefully he's done no damage to that car, but as they run down, it's the front 3 cars still in the same order. The 2 Sparrows out in front, Brian and Dean, first and second. Brian out in front in car 8, Dean in car 9. Now Neil Watson looking for a way down the inside. Neil's got some legs in his pushing shoot down here under the last of the late breakers. The Sparrow boys are ganging up there, there's no two ways about it. Pushed him down under the infield. Oh, Brian shuts the gate on Dean. Don't beg your pardon there, but they're still trying to do it. 1 and 2 at the moment. No Chappelle racing. Good bit of stuff pricing out here in front. Neil Watson goes for the inside again. Oh, Neil's got the preferred line here, but Brian will force him again, and Neil gets the drive out of the corner. Although he's going very wide, Neil's got that into second spot. Great bit of driving from Neil Watson. As he gets down onto the back side of Brian Sparrow now. Car 8, but look at Dean looking for the way down the inside. He's going to return the compliment. Brian drives the inside line. And as they get down into 3 and 4, oh, break lock up from Brian Sparrow. I think it's the white flag being displayed here in the front straight. And look at Neil Watson driving the high line, driving the low line, looking for a way around him. This is a great hit out for Neil before the titles next weekend down at Hamilton. As they get down the back chute, there's Brian Sparrow down in front. Neil Watson there. Oh, Dean Sparrow's trying to get up underneath and do them all at this stage, but as they come down, and Neil Watson, Brian Sparrow takes it by a half a length of the car over Neil Watson. Third spot went to Dean Sparrow, and then Jock Clayton in first spot. But a great bit of driving out in front, ladies and gentlemen. Great racing. Brian Sparrow Hamilton 8 takes the win over Neil Watson. There was only half a bee's you-know-what in it. But as they come down, talking about it, I think we got a bit of a reaction out of that. Now, out on the track, looks like we've got the B-Mods, and it's Tiny Smith out there. And car 15 behind him is Stawell 15, Jeff Pike. Car 65, then Ross Burrows, the Brewery Tap Hotel entry. Then it looks like Brian Constable in the other red Commodore, car 51. Paul Simpson out there in the little Datsun, the little blowfly. As they go down, the line up on the rear, on the back straight, or the front straight to you, the back straight to me from where I am. And it should be Tiny Smith in car 7, the pole. On the outside of him, Jeff Pike on the, looks like, on the second row on the outside. We're just trying to sort the cars out. Well, definitely on the second row on the outside is Ross Burrows. Now, just trying to work out whether we've got another, we could have another car coming down there at the pit gate, which could be going to slot in alongside Ross Burrows, but we'll go down to the third row of the grid. Third row of the grid on the inside in car 51 is Brian Constable, and on the outside of him we've got Paul Simpson in car 6, the Datsun, the white car. And there could be one more car to come in. We're just trying, the gate's still open down there on the pit entry, or the dummy grid area, as it's known. We're just trying to sort out who's coming out onto the track now. Looks like Paul Simpson's going to slot up. Looks like we're going with a 5-car field. Coming back out onto the track. Now he'll go down beside. Now, where is he going to slide in? I'm just trying to... He most probably is going to slide in, I'd say, where Paul Simpson is. I'm just trying to suss this out. Yes, definitely should be in position 3, I've been told. Now, as they come down into 3 and 4. B-Mods. Tiny Smith at the pole, Pike on the outside, Sean Quayle on the inside of the second row, Ross Burrows, Constable and Simpson, but as they come down, Tiny Smith will try and drive it into turn 1 and take the lead over Pike. He's side by side racing, Burrows gets up in there to make it 3. This is great racing. Look at Ross Burrows, gets under Pikey there, Tiny Smith gets a little loose, just Pikey and Burrows are going right at it. As they get down and it's first spot Tiny Smith, second go roll, Ross Burrows now possibly. As they get out on tank, Pikey's running down to the 3 Commodores out in front, 3 Commodores, and a Piranha. But as they come out of 3 and 4 again, and it's Tiny Smith out in front, car 7, 4-7 out, going away into 1 and 2. Ross Burrows on his backside, knees left the door open, Tiny, and Ross Burrows will get down there. Burrows, as they get down into 3 and 4, that's fine. Sean Quayle at the rear of the grid. Oh, Burrows, Mikey is very wide, loose on first 3 and 4, drops back into first spot. Now, Ken Tiny Smith hang on to the lead at the moment in 12-7 as they get down to Brian Constable, then Paul Simpson and Sean Quayle having a bit of a pep and barge match down there in 1 and 2 as well. But the leader, Ross Burrows, tries the inside line, but he can't do it. Tiny Smith shuts the gate one more time. Slams the stable door shut. Then Tiny Smith gets there. Burrows drags him. Then gets down there. Way through. Gets down. Then Tiny Smith there. The fire comes to Connor. Tiny Smith gets the wall. Gets right down the inside the second spot. 1 lap to go. The white flag lap being displayed now. And it's Ross Burrows down the back two. And then Simpson, but as they come down out of 3 and 4, and it's Ross Burrows, the Brewery Tap Hotel entry, on the inside, then followed by Tiny Smith in third, and Brian Constable's running very wide, he'll get into the lead stuff, Quayle might get down the inside of him, but no he can't. Then it's Brian Constable, Sean Quayle, and then Paul Simpson brings up the rear. Great bit of racing out in front. You've seen some great racing all night tonight. And the track is an absolute treat. When you get racing like that, you know the track is absolutely a treat to race on. We've had them going 2 and 3 wide into the corners, into the turns. But it's great racing. The track is an absolute picture. It's a credit most of the guys who have got it together tonight to this racing here. But great bit of racing, take nothing away from Ross Bowes. Did it well, came off the second row. Parky there, then Smithy in third spot. Right, out again on the track. The Super Sedans. Burrong as captain. Now, we're just wondering what's happened to Terry Thetford. He doesn't seem to be appearing on the track. Steve Hendren seems to be doing all the running. And we should try and get some word up from the pit on Terry Thetford, because it does seem a little interesting that Terry hasn't been out to race. Well, we've just got the word from the pit that according to the USA team that the motor in Terry Thetford's car has blown a piston. This is why he's not out. So, Peter Lowe out on the... Right, so out on the track, Peter Lowe, the Australian captain. This could be good. Neville Alps. Nifty Neville out there on the track as well. As they come round, ladies and gentlemen, give these Australian guys a bit of a yell, a bit of a roar. Let's get Neville Alps out the front there. Let's run 1 and 2 and get these 4 points back. We've got to get 1 and 2. As Bert Cheatham comes out again, the USA captain will start alongside the Australian captain. And then we've got 4 ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. Peter Lowe and Neville Alps. Get behind them. Give them the burst of applause. Get these guys pumped right up. Now, green flag being prepared as they come down into 3 and 4. Peter Lowe on the outside of him, Bert Cheatham. Now, Bert's an old campaigner. Look at him trying to get the fly there now. Is Tiger going to let him go? Oh, yeah. This is awesome stuff. As they come out of 3 and 4, you want to be standing where I am here, looking at these bullets come flying down the track at you. A little bit of dust there. Now, he'll start them again. The pole sitter should be the car dictating the pace. But again, Bert Cheatham, the USA captain, trying all the racecraft that he's learned in the States. They race a lot of nights over there. He's winning. Watch them get out into 1 and 2. Get up there amongst it as they come down. Oh, Cheatham, look at Elsie. Elsie's out the inside. Oh, great ball, Elsie. Get up underneath Cheatham, but he shuts the door there. He's looking for a way out. Oh, Peter Lowe gets out of shape. He's still on the race. Oh, Elsie's bringing on the third spot. There's they get down into 1 and 2. And it's Peter Lowe again in front. Oh, Cheatham looking for a way out. Elsie gets in the side. I'm going to calm down here and get this racing down the patch. And it's Peter Lowe out in front. But Bert Cheatham's looking for a way around the inside. And that engine of Peter Lowe's is very, very strong indeed. Cheatham again looking for the inside manoeuvre. He might have it inside. Holding out wide as they get down into 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4 zone as they come out. But Bert Cheatham's got the front. Now he's in front of Peter Lowe. Bad move with Peter Lowe. He's got a little bit loose on 1 and 2. So let's hope he can get it back as they come down. Neville Alps is hanging on to it. That car as he comes down there, and it's Peter USA1 out in front as they come down. Second spot Peter Lowe, third spot Neville Alps. Neville Alps, hang on to him, keep him out of there. Come on, Neville Alps on. He's got a hold on to that third spot. We've got to get these points back as they come down. Right track being displayed in the front straight. Peter Lowe in second spot. Neville Alps is just again on him, Neville. That's the way. Keep him on the outside here as they come down. Peter Lowe dropped off the place of the way. Neville Alps is now doing. He's got a flame out. Bert Cheatham's got a flame out. Is he going to get through? No, he's got through. He's got it running fast. As they come down, Elsie moves off the third. Great stuff. This will get us back a few points. Great drive. Neville Alps has kept Hendren out for third spot. Paul Logan, second spot. Another great bit of racing, ladies and gentlemen. These things are the business, and we're getting down to the business end of the night. But it's first spot. Take nothing away from Bert Cheatham, from the USA captain. Yes, please. Now, looks like Suzette Pike off the pole on the outside of her, Wendy Clayton. On the second row, Di Watson on the outside of her, Katrina Berry. That car doing a lot of work tonight. And on the rear of the grid, Leanne Wild. Green flag racing about to get underway. The ladies down into 3 and 4. They come down to take the green. Suzette Pike gets away. Wendy Clayton on the outside in the second spot. Di Watson looking for a dive down the inside in the turns 1 and 2. Leads unchanged. Suzette Pike out in front. Wendy Clayton doing a great job in second spot. First spot for Di Watson. Big will take second spot any moment, but Wendy Clayton shuts the door nicely down into turns 3 and 4. Katrina Berry and Leanne Wild at the rear of the field having a bit of a ding-dong couple as well. Very tight driving at the moment as they go down into 1 and 2, and it's car 15 out in front. Suzette Pike showing the way, the True Value hardware car. Down to that field into 3 and 4. Suzette Pike showing the way. Over Wendy Clayton doing a great job in Horsham 7. Then it's Di Watson in Hamilton 17. Leanne Wild looking for a way down the inside. And Di's got through on Wendy Clayton. And inside was Leanne Wild. And Wendy's by. Wendy's been shuffled for back to 4 for the single bound. As they get down to the right on inside, she's going on back in the pack. She's just opening up a little buffer zone. It's always easier to drive out on your own. You can hold your, when you've got no one racing with you, you can hold your preferred line, the quickest line round the track, then get that little bit of a place. They come down now and it's Di Watson in second spot. First spot goes to Leanne Wild. First spot, sorry, goes to Katrina Berry. And Wendy Clayton's been shuffled right back to the rear of the field. As they come down, going to 1 and 2, and it's Suzette Pike in the green Commodore, showing the way quite nicely. Got that 6-car buffer over his up. Di Watson throwing everything in that Commodore as they get down into 3 and 4. Leanne Wild closes right up. Oh, turns the car on. Oh, big hit. Oh, no, that's the Australia car being hit there. Rod Berry's car's been hit. Hopefully it hasn't sustained any damage in the front end of Leanne Wild. But as they come down, the second train about to go out to second spot. Third spot will go to, looks like Wendy Clayton's done a great job to come in third. But let's have a look at Rod Berry's car on the front left-hand side. That is one of our cars running against the Yanks, and I don't think it looks too bad. But a great bit of dicing there from Leanne Wild and Katrina Berry. Very fair dinkum. Now, take nothing away from Suzette Pike. Led from go to O. Di Watson in second spot. But in third spot will go to Wendy Clayton in Horsham 7. They get down into 1 and 2 and it's Di Smith showing the way out in the car 19 out in front. Paul Simpson in the little Datsun in second spot. This one, she's getting into the worst line. You can see the spark fly off that. As they get down into 3 and 4. Oh, Constable's gone for a second go into the wall. Oh, he's had a major moment down there. As they get down into 1 and 2 though, let's get back to the racing, and it's Guy Smith out in front as we've just had the lights go out in the canteen up in the, as they go down there now, and it's Guy Smith out in front, going away. Got a bit of a buffer up over Paul Simpson and Steve Hodder, and Brian Constable's got it back on the track and going down the back chute. But as they get down into 1 and 2, and it's Guy Smith. Guy Smith's got a comfortable buffer at the moment, got about an 8 or 9 car length buffer. Steve Hodder and Paul Simpson's going to be the way it warms up. Paul gets very close to the little dash to the wall. Down the inside, tries the EIG. Oh, the little Datsun gets flung a little wide out into the loose stuff. Gets very, very close to the wall, but pulls it down. Stephen Hodder up in the second spot. Now he's out after Guy Smith in car 19. I don't know if he'll have the legs or the laps to get up onto Guy Smith. The Guy doing a great job at the moment. Oh, Guy, keep it together. Get the little 50 out of 3 and 4. As they go down now, and it's Stephen Hodder in second spot. Third spot goes to Paul Simpson. And as they come down, Paul gets very, very close to the wall. So that's where you run. The far side gets the wall. As they come down into 3 and 4. White flag being prepared into Peter Slater in the front straight to Guy Smith and Steve Hodder in second spot. First one there, Paul Simpson. But as they get down into 1 and 2, Guy Smith, I feel he's only got to keep it on the island from here, and he's got this one thrown right up. But as he goes down the last line, down the back straight, into 3 and 4 he runs now. Gets the checkered flag out, being the straight here, the checkered flag about to be whooshed right in front of his eyes. Then he takes the win. Guy Smith, Horsham 19, Stephen Hodder in car, 57, the old LH in second spot. Third spot's a little white Datsun, a Paul Simpson, who's got a little nervous coming out of that corner. And he takes side. We're just waiting to hear back from the pit. Now we've got Rod Berry and Johnny Rodder out there as well. But it's Steve Andrew off the pole by the look of it on the outside of him. We're just trying to sort them out. Won't be long before we've got green flag racing, green flag being prepared. The Chief Stewart Dyke's got this flag out. Rod Berry, come on Rod. That's the way. Trying to use a bit of their tactics. See if Rod's learned anything off these guys tonight. This will be a great experience for him tonight to run against these guys. They come down, green flag racing about to go. And as they get away, and it's Johnny Rodder straight up in the second spot. Good move by Rod Berry to let him through. Now come down and shut the door, Rod, but caution on the Speedway. Caution on the Speedway. Total restart. Not happy with him this time. Now Rod Berry's got a job to do out there. Rod Berry, get up with him. Johnny Rodder right on the back bumper. Green flag racing. They get it down now. Johnny Rodder up in the second spot. Now John Rodder gets down on the inside. Rod gets down and shut the door on Toonan. But Toonan got up underneath Rod. And he goes up to the rear of the out in front. Going in 3 and 4. Johnny Rodder in second spot. Hendren gets a little wide now. Rodder's got the door open there. But can't get underneath him at this stage. As they get down, that Hendren engine is very, very strong. Down into 1 and 2 they go. Johnny Rodder poking the nose down the inside of Hendren's car. As they come down, and it's down and off. Hendren's in all sorts of problems there. Rodder gets down the inside. Can he do it from there? No, he can't. Hendren shuts the door again. They're two to out running high and wide for the wheel. Rod Berry getting down underneath him. Rod good goes to the Rod. Rod Berry throwing that car around. Rod getting quicker and quicker all night. Johnny Rodder. Hendren's using a bit of a tactic here. Slow into the corner and get it out quick. Good move on this sort of a tight track. And Rod Hendren. And then slow into the corner and then got the grunt to get out nice and quick. And bilking Johnny Rodder, who is quicker through the corners. There's no doubt about that. Now, as they get down into 1 and 2, watch Hendren. Back at half sides and Clardy, watch Rodder get up underneath him and then bang, on the power goes Hendren. Johnny Rodder right on his inside. White flag being displayed in the front row. As they come down now, Johnny Rodder's got the power down early inside. But they can't quite get up underneath Hendren. Look at him as an old flame come out from under Tooyan's car. As they get down into 1 and 2, Johnny Rodder, going on. Steve Hendren's got the lead. Oh, Johnny Rodder's going sideways early, but I don't think he'll do it. Steve Hendren, second spot, Johnny Rodder. First spot goes to Brett Cheatham. What a great drive. Now, we're just trying to sort out what's going on, and we'll get some points across here, but I would say that 4-point deficit, we just can't seem to get that back at the moment. So it's... oh no, they've got a 24 to 18 gap at the moment, so this is going to make it a little interesting. So we've got to get it back. We've got to somehow get these guys on top. We'll get the word down to the pit, and we'll see if we can get some information on what's going on. But it'll be very nice to see. On the outside of Tim, good on your Tiny. Car 7 is Tiny Smith. And on the third row of the grid on the inside is Ross Burrows, and on the outside of him is Sean Quayle. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, we've got us coming around. We've only got one more heat, left to go in the Super Sedan Test Series, but apparently we've worked it out down here and we can still get up and win it. We'll go into that in a minute. We've got some green flag racing to the $1 million points, and Gary Lynch gets the blind drive. The Bumblebee, as we'll call it, down into turn 1, and he gets out in front, doing it nicely, just right, down the way, down the inside, right down the inside. Commodore's up the grunt. Down into 3 and 4, Paggy out in front. Then Wilson and Burrows up underneath down there, but it's Paggy in front. And it's still Paggy out in front going away. Ross Burrows gets through in the second spot under par. Gary West. Westy there gives him a bit of a tag. It says like this. Robbie Stewart down the inside. Two card inside his fifth. This is very tight racing out in front. Two Stawell's got a problem with that to the front. Come on, good pass into the wall. Ross in 10th place. Right side the leader into the wall, right underneath the judges' box. Look at Ross Stawell though. Down the inside. Down they go. Great racing into the and three wide as they go down into 3 and 4. Great racing here from these guys. The B-Mod. There they go. Ross Stawell. Really get those going. The 1 and 2. Jeff Pike in second. Robbie Stewart gets up in the third. 20, 15 for a way round. And then the guy up. 3 abreast of them. 1 and 2. But it's Ross Stawell. This guy's strong tonight of Ross's. Mikey hanging under him though. Nothing in it at the moment as they get down to the 1 and 2. Tony Smith, fourth spot to Robbie Stewart, and Gary West is hanging on there a little bit. As they get down into 1 and 2, as they come down, Ross goes wide, Price goes for the low line, Price will shut him out, Kevin Price up the run, goes to go into 1 and 2. The Very Cat Hotel entry, the True Value Hardware car in second spot. Tony Smith from the red corridor, then it's as they come down, and it's Ross Burrong takes the second flag. Here's Jeff Pike. Then what goes to Tony Smith. Then it's fourth to Gary West. Robbie Stewart next, right next to the wall. And unfortunately, car 27 Sean Quayle's had to retire. Well, and Tony Smith over here with the Howden Signs entry, also in third spot. Well, look who's out on the track, ladies and gentlemen, and has got the pole for the last heat. Neville has the pole for the last of the Super Sedan heats before the final, and he is running off the pole position. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, here's your chance. Pump him up. Give him a round of applause. Cheer him on. Egg him on. We've got to get a first and second here to get back up on level peggings with these Yanks. Ladies and gentlemen, Neville Eltz, give him a round of applause. Pump him up. We've got to get him back. We've got to get these Americans back, and Neville is off the pole, as I say. We've got to get a first and second to get ourselves back up on level terms for the final. Now, Neville will be off the pole, and I don't think Tony Smith's going to run out there, although Tony might like to block a few of these guys. But Neville Eltz cruising around. Out on the track now, USA 1, Bert Cheatham. Peter Loeb's out there as well. Now, this could be the one, ladies and gentlemen. Peter Loeb, give him a round of applause as he comes round. The Australian captain. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause, pump him up. We've got to get these guys up there. Now, strike car 4 is back out there, which is Terry Scorgie. They have got that car going. The front end seems to be all right. Now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Neville Eltz, car 5 off the pole. On the outside of him, the USA captain, Bert Cheatham. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Eltsy, push him wide. Use his own tactics, Eltsy. Push him wide as they go into 3 and 4 for the start. Green flag being raised. Poor Peter Loeb right up on the bumper of Bert Cheatham there. This is where we need a 1-2 finish. Come on, Eltsy. Down into 3 and 4. Everyone's up on the fence everywhere watching this one. As we come down, clear now, we've got a problem here. No start. Yeah. Bert Cheatham playing possum here. Bert Cheatham got pushed wide and balked the start and didn't want to go on with it. Come on, Neville Eltz. You can cut the air with a knife here at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a great series here tonight at Stawell. And we've got to egg on Neville Eltz on the pole. And then Peter Loeb, we've got to get him through somehow too. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got it here now. Green flag about to go. Neville Eltz gets it down. And he will now feed him into the third. Yes, he can. Neville Eltz down on the inside. Now Peter Loeb's been down by the two Americans. Neville Eltz down in front. Eltsy in car 5. Down in front. Got to hold him out there. Neville Eltz runs to the back line. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Point your fingers at him. Give him the energy that he needs. Use the Emerson Minnesota kick. His line stands up. it's Never Up. Going away, Horsham 5. Never Up for 3, doing it nicely. But Never Up takes the ball on the field. Next time up there, down the second all out. As they get down into 3 and 4. Elsie, getting it in slow, out far. That's the way to do it. Firstly, get them down off the cam. I can see what Neville's doing here. Get them slow in and then get it fast out. And these big young guys don't get up on the cam to get the power down. As they get down to 3 and 4. And it's Neville up, going away. Come on, Neville, eat him on. Right quickly now, clean away. Clean away's got to get up into third spot to try and get us some points back. But as they come down out of 1 and 2, and it's still Neville out. Oh, Cheetah's burning him like a clock here, but he gets it burn again. Neville out the power. Clean away. He's the one we've got to get up in the third right side. I don't think Rose can do it. Clean away's got to get third spot to get these points back. Comes down the break to Jennifer. Oh, Cheetah's going for the inside maneuver. Then he's looking for the inside. But Neville out. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Neville out has done it. Neville out has taken it out. Neville out. Australia takes one. Neville out. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, as he comes around, give him a round of applause. Neville out. Horsham 5. To give him a round of applause. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round. Come on, starting turn 1. Give him a wave. Give him a yell. Neville out, ladies and gentlemen, takes out the final heat. Great stuff, Elsie. Neville out. Car 5. Good drive from Elsie. Wow. The point score. Are you ready for this? 27 points USA, 21 points Australia. We've got to do it in the final. We've got to get Neville Elts up there. We've got to get Peter Logue up there. We've got to get Rod Berry up into the front of the pack and push these Americans out the back door. So, there's still a chance for us yet. Don't write us off yet, because Neville Elts will be very pumped up after that. Logue will be out there making some changes to his car, and Johnny Rodder will be as well fired up. But out on the track now, we've got the A mods. Now, for sale, anyone who's interested, on the outside of him in the Hamilton 9 car, Dean Sparrow on the second row. It's Brian Sparrow on the outside, Neil Robbie Watson, the birthday boy. As they come down in the turns 3 and 4, they get the green flag. Won't be long before they're racing. Green flag. Josh Clayton takes the green flag. When Dean Sparrow gets the power down, look at Robbie Watson around the outside. But as they get down into 1 and 2, Dean Sparrow, Josh Clayton. Brian Sparrow gets up underneath and Neil Watson has nowhere to go. Watson up in the third. Jock Clayton still hangs on the fourth, but as they get down out of 3 and 4, Dean's going to lose. Brian's going to get up alongside him. Neil Watson there as well. Two best as they go down into 1 and 2. The Sparrow boys, Reed and Brian. Oh, Dean's getting loose again, and Neil Watson's down the inside. Look at Neil. Oh, a bit of a tag here. Neil won't mind that, but he's going to push. Oh, big of a hit there, Brian. Oh, big drive from Dean Sparrow. And a amazing driving by Brian to miss him, but as they come down, and it's Neil Watson, he's got the lead, he's got a buffer, he's got a 3 or 4 buffer going down into 3 and 4, and it's Neil Watson going away as they get down into 3 and 4, Brian Sparrow, then Jock Clayton bringing up the rear of Dean Sparrow after that bit of a lose, and did a good job to get it back on the island, but as they get out into 1 and 2. And it's definitely Neil Watson showing the way. Doing a great job out in front. Robbie Watson, leading the back of the lane, leading out from underneath that car. Unmodified action here. Neil Watson comes down to take the judge one more time. And it's Brian Sparrow, then Jock Clayton, Dean Sparrow in the rear. But as they get down into 1 and 2, and it's still Neil Watson showing the way. He's got a bigger buffer now. He's got about an 8 or 9 car length. White flag being displayed here in the front straight. One more left to go. Neil's only got to keep it on the island. And I think he's going to take this one out. But as they come down now, Neil Watson into 1 and 2. Brian Sparrow second. Then third spot is Dean Sparrow and fourth spot is Jock Clayton. But as they get down into 3 and 4, and it's Neil Watson
take this one out quite convincingly over Brian Stowe as he comes out of turn 4 there now. Brian Stowe there. Oh, Dean Stowe gets it. Jock Clayton's going to get up and take third spot. Great bit of driving, Jock. Takes it under Dean. Dean's car pushed very wide into turn 4. And Jock Clayton got straight up underneath him. So third spot goes to Jock Clayton and fourth spot goes to Dean Stowe. But Neil Watson takes out the win. Great bit of driving. Down to the water truck, please. Street stops out on the track. Looks like Steve Ellis off the pole. And on the outside of him, Stewie Finlayson. Off the second row of the grid looks like Jason Phillips, I would say. On the outside of him is Berkey. Now we're just waiting maybe on a couple more cars. Yes, Wayne Edwards should be out there. Here comes Wayne. But as I say, off the pole, Elton Wilson is unfortunately not able to start the rest of the meeting, I would say, after his big pirouette down there on turn 1, but Steve Ellis off the pole. On the outside of him is Stewie Finlayson. On the inside of the second row is Wayne Edwards. On the outside of him, Berkey. In the True Value hardware car, that's car 4, and bringing up the rear is Jason Phillips in car 21. Horsham 21 as they come down. As they come down now into the green flag area. Green flag being prepared, we're about to go racing street stock style as they get the green flag, and it's Steve Ellis out in front. Gets the hammer down nicely, Steve in the Piranha. Horsham 69, Wayne Edwards up in the second spot, and Stewie Finlayson hung up to dry out there like a dry rag out on the wide track and can't get down onto the low line, and Wayne Edwards last by blast down the low line as well, and Stewie Finlayson's left up there to dry, but he can't do anything about it. Berkey down the low line, but out in front. Steve Ellis going away, Horsham 69, out in front of Wayne Edwards. Third spot there, Berkey. Stewie Finlayson is fourth, and Jason Phillips bringing up the rear in second spot. And as they go down to Serpentine racing, Steve Ellis up, going away. Out in turns 3 and 4, Wayne Edwards right on his back clacker there, but Steve Ellis using all his track club, keeping the car down on the low line, and he's going to make Wayne Edwards drive right around the outside if he's trying to get the lead off him. And Steve Ellis doing the top nicely right in front, running the low line as I say, and he's saying to Wayne Edwards, if you're running around me, you're going to have to go wide, and wide's not the spot to be down on that bottom corner. But as they get down into 1 and 2 again, and it's still Steve Ellis going away. Over Wayne Edwards, who will be looking out the back mirror now and saying, oh look, I've got Berkey there, although he's dropped up down there, looks a little bit there, Berkey, as they go down into 3 and 4. Well, Wayne Edwards cocked the wheel up there, and Steve Ellis gets a little loose. Now, Wayne Edwards might be the opportunity that he needs, but Steve's got it back together again now. Down into 1 and 2 they go. And of course on the Speedway, we've got Jason Phillips into the wall down there. I missed that one. Jason Phillips has hit the wall down on turn 2. Hopefully we'll be able to get that car out and into the infield. A rash of yellow fever again, and the yellow fever hasn't been out that much tonight, although it started off the evening with a rash of yellow fever. But single file start it'll be now for a restart. It looks like Jason Phillips' car looks alright actually. Now, single file start. It'll be still Steve Ellis out in front, Wayne Edwards in second spot. Third spot will go to Berkey. Stewie Finlayson will bring up the first spot. Now. Now we've got a bit of a drama. Bit of a drama. The grader wants to come out and join the race. What do you reckon about that? Yes, that's the go. The Caterpillar. Yeah. We're just trying to find a good position for the grader. And now, the grader positions in the middle. They deemed it illegal being an over-dimensional vehicle. But anyway, as they come down into 3 and 4, and it's single file start, and it's Steve Ellis. Wayne Edwards will be trying to get the fly here. And Steve Ellis gets the power down. Green flag as they go down into turns 1 and 2. And look at Steve run this low line and make Wayne Edwards go down the outside as they get Berkey up the third. Berkey's gone by an infield excursion again. They've had a bit of a drama up there. Stuart Singleton was taking evasive action to miss it. But as they come down into 3 and 4, the white flag being displayed here in the front chute. And it's still Stevie Ellis out in Horsham 69. He's doing quite a good job. He's playing the fox trick here, playing it very, very cunning indeed. Keeping the car down nice and tight and saying to Wayne Edwards, go around the outside and come there. As they get down to take the second flag into 3 and 4, Wayne Edwards is having a big go here. This is very interesting. Can he do it from there? No, he can't. And Steve Ellis takes it out. Wayne Edwards second. Berkey in third. Singleton brings up in 4th spot. And a great bit of a lunge from Wayne Edwards, but he just couldn't quite get it out there. And Steve Ellis takes production cars, and with me tonight up here in the commentary box is the vice president of the Hamilton Speedway, Mr. Norm Greystock. Welcome to Stawell, Norm.
Thanks, Trevor. That's we missed it, but yeah, certainly a great night up here at Stawell, and must congratulate the Stawell Club. They've really put a lot into this, and I think the crowd are appreciating it. Certainly great racing. As you said, next weekend to carry on if you want to see some good racing. We've got 86 cars coming from all over Australia down there for the Australian Saloon Car Federation. Australian title, and 86 cars from Western Australia, South Australia, Victoria, from the Australian Capital Territory, not really a state, but Paul's let a few of his boys out for the weekend, and Queensland, New South Wales, and of course don't forget that little place across the water, Tasmania, so we're certainly looking forward to that. Friday night is a practice night, but you're quite welcome to come along, $5 to get in Friday night, and you're going to see the cars warm up and dial into the track. And of course, the fair ding of racing on Saturday and Sunday.
Right, Norm, now, time that kicks off down at Hamilton next weekend, and both nights for Saturday and Sunday.
Right, well, the whole weekend, 7 o'clock the action will start. And as I said, practice on the Friday night, we anticipate going through to about 9:30. And as I said, from 7 o'clock. We've worked it out, there's quite a few heats, probably race from 7 o'clock, could even be going at midnight, so a lot of racing down there on the Saturday night because we've got to get through all the heats. Each car will run 4 heats on the Saturday night and come up with a heat on Sunday night before running the 40-lap final.
Right, well, it sounds like a great weekend of racing down there next weekend at the Hamilton Speedway. Don't forget, mark it down on the calendar, 3 great nights of racing, as Norm just said, so keep it marked down in the diary for next weekend. Thanks, Norm, for coming up tonight, and I hope you're enjoying the racing here tonight. All classes have been excellent here tonight, and I think we're set for 2 great finals here very shortly.
Yeah, we certainly are, Trev, and I look forward to you coming along and giving us a bit of a hand next over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I hope you're coming along Saturday night, but certainly look forward to your expert comments and helping out with that. And yeah, we're in for a great night here, and as I said, carries on next weekend, so great racing around the area.
No doubt about that. The speedway scene up here is definitely looking good, and I'll be down there. Wouldn't miss it for the world, Norm. I'll be down there to give you a hand next Saturday and Sunday night. So
So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, 2 great nights, or 3 great nights of racing, really, as we've said, a bit of a practice night and everything. Great night, be a great family night to go down Friday night, Saturday and Sunday. Hamilton Speedway, the Australian title for modified production cars. I believe on the Sunday night, the rumour is around that there is a demo derby on Sunday night, something not to be missed over Easter. 3 great nights, Good Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday, and a demo derby on the Sunday night, I believe. 3 great action-packed nights of racing here at the Burrong Basin, so don't forget that one. And also, don't forget next weekend with Norm's meeting down at Hamilton, down at the Hamilton Speedway. 3 great nights of racing down there, and practice and a bit of racing on the Friday night. Saturday night, great night's entertainment, as Norm said. Cars running there have got to run 4 heats each, as long as they're mechanically able, I suppose. And Sunday night will be the final. So some great racing coming up around the Western District here. Stawell on Easter and the Labor Day weekend down at Hamilton. Just a moment ago, and informs me that USA 4 and USA 3 are available. They are for sale. The 2 cars are for sale. If anyone is interested, after the race meeting, if they wander down to the pits and ask for Terry, he will be only too pleased to show you the cars and talk about the bartering arrangements about the cars. And also, they have for sale a transporter. It is a 1983 Isuzu. It'll be about a 5-tonner. It has a tyre rack and everything fitted to it with a twin cab or a crew cab, whatever you'd like to call it. It is also available for sale. So anyone who's interested in any of those items, just wander on down to the pit area and have a talk to Terry. He'll be only too pleased to show you around the truck. And the Isuzu is a very clean-looking truck. I was down there before, wandering around it myself. So if anyone was interested in a top transporter that has a tyre rack and everything all on it, it would be an excellent buy. Now don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the T-shirts up alongside the canteen, the Australia versus USA T-shirt, and of the USA versus Australia Test Series, Super Sedan Series. It won't be long before they're underway. Now coming out onto the track, the B-Muds. Ross Burrows should be off the pole position and will be very, very hard to beat from there. Don't forget now, the track has changed dramatically. We've had the track re-prepped. So it will be very, very interesting to see how these cars handle it, although the track looks in excellent nick. The racing has proved that tonight. With all classes of racing, it doesn't matter which class of racing has been out here tonight, the racing has been very, very close indeed. And out at the moment, we have the final for the B-Modified, the modified production cars, and they're out there and off the pole position. Car 65, the Brewery Tap Hotel entry of Ross Burrows. On the outside of him, we have Jeffrey Pike, the True Value Hardware Pikes Auto Wreckers Commodore, Stawell 15. It's like going off the outside. We're just waiting on the other cars to come out on the track. On the pole, on the outside of him, Jeffrey Pike. On the inside of the second row is Stephen Rodder. On the outside of him is Tiny Smith. On the third row of the grid, on the inside is Guy Smith, and on the outside of him, Robbie Sewell. Off the rear of the grid, we'll have Paul Simpson and Gary West in car 10. We're coming round under the starter's orders. Pre-modified final here, ladies and gentlemen. We're on some great racing. 1 lap to go, sorry. We're going to get 1 lap to warm the engines up, get the cars on track, pack the track down a little bit. As they go around, coming around, and it's Ross Burrows off the pole, Jeff Pike on the outside of him, the inside of the second row, Steve Hodder on the inside of the second row, on the outside of him, Tiny Smith. On the third row, Guy Smith, on the outside of him, Robbie Sewell in car 11. And the rear of the grid, Paul Simpson and Gary West as they go down. The green flag being raised in the front straight. 15 laps of racing here coming up. Ross Burrows right in the bird's eye spot here off the pole position as they come down into 3 and 4. Green flag about to wave. It looks like a tidy sort of a start. Green flag racing. Ross Burrows gets the jump. And Mikey's going to hang with him as they go down into 1 and 2 with Mikey on the outside. Ross Burrows on the inside, and the track looks a picture as they get down, and there was a bit of grip and bars there. Look at Pikey looking to the inside line, and he's got the drive out of that corner. But Ross Burrows got the bottom, raised the door shut as they get down into 1 and 2 again. And the placings are Ross Burrows, Jeff Pike, Tiny Smith, Stephen Hodder, Dennis Ross,
And it's Ross Massey leading it all up the front. And it's Ross Burrows out going away. Finally, got Roger is laughing nicely in his side. This spot there, a car length behind is Tony Smith. And then we've got Steve Otter and Guy Smith. Otter's got the grunt in the old E8. There's Gary West having a big go in the Corona. Robbie Thurl and Paul Simpson in the rear. The front three racing for unchanged. And it's Ross Burrows in the car 65 with Rui Tap Hotel entry. Steve Otter and Guy Smith are having a bit of a dig. Gary West and Paul Simpson in the rear. Puts the rear with the Rui Jackson there as they come down. They've got a two cars. There's nothing in it at the moment. At the moment it's Ross Burrows out in front. Then it's Tony Smith, sorry, then we've got Guy Smith, then we've got Otter and Scott back again, Gary West, Robbie Thurl and Phil Nelson in the rear. Now, the Enterprise up the front though, the first three cars running at 65 at the moment, got a bit of a bumper at the moment, over the second car. And look at Pikey having a bit of a go now. He's pushing Burrows very hard into that car. Burrows got a little bit loose, he's got the ball all the way. They get down into the first 1 and 2. Tiny Smith, I feel, is sitting back there waiting for one of the front runners to make a mistake. Then we've got Guy Smith. Steve Otter got back up under Gary West there. Robbie still at the rear. Down to that front door time they go. And it's through Ross Burrows. Car 65, Rui Tap Hotel entry. It's a little bit of a bump here. This guy can see it's got the two second spot. First spot there is Tony Smith in the red Commodore. And he just seems to be sitting back there playing the lady. Guy Smith, then Steve Otter and Gary West have a bit of a come together going into 3 or 4. In the rear and the right touch. Now, we get a back to then Dustin Pike is there. He knows he's there too. Ross will be pretty in the palms because he's only going to have to make that mistake. And Pike is going to be all over the vertical as they get down into 1 and 2. Now, looks like they might have a long one. And it's Ross Burrows out in front, going away quite nicely over Jeff Pike. First spot there is Gary West, Steve Otter in car 52, Robbie Thurl, and then we've got Paul Simpson about to have the number put on him here and go down a lap. Paul Simpson does the right thing and lets his car have the racing line, and they get through it right now. Again, and it's Nippon back up the front. Ross Burrows and Jeff Pike, these cars really evenly matched up. Third spot as they get down out of 4 now, and it's through Ross Burrows showing the way. And it's Pikey. Gary West, Steve Otter, and Robbie Thurl got a little bit out of touch there, and looks like he's the number put on his shoe. As they get down into 3 and 4, Rui Tap Hotel entry, showing the way quite nicely. Out in front there, now they've got Robbie Thurl, who's really let them through. He does the right thing, brings them down on the inside line, lets them through and doesn't interfere with one thing. And I don't think the clear match from there, let's go to the cars have a mechanical breakdown. White flag being displayed in the front straight. And it's Ross Burrows. Now for Jeff Pike. Ross Burrows, Burrows down the back here. There's Pike, he puts them down. When they come down, he's going to have to go to the outside now. Oh, he's going by the inside. It's very, very close to me. Ross Burrows takes the final. There's Pike in second spot. There's what's going to go to Tony Smith. Oh, Datson's into the wall big time. Datson's into the wall big time of Paul Simpson. Unbelievable. Paul Simpson on the speedway down there now. The little Datsun really bucked and grazed the nose and went into the wall, but it doesn't seem to have done that much to it, but he hit it fairly hard. But round of applause for Ross Burrows, ladies and gentlemen, takes out the final. In 10 laps final, Super Sedan. It all comes down to this one, right down to the wire. It won't be long before we bring the cars and the drivers out and we'll introduce them to you. Ladies and gentlemen, on the arena at the moment, on the Speedway, the captain of Australia, Peter Loeb. Also coming out on the track, John Rodder. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Rodder, as he goes past. We're going to line them up in the middle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll introduce the drivers and the cars. To the finals tonight of Australia versus the USA. Introducing the finalists to you, and I'll give you a wave as I call them out. USA 1, Bert Cheatham, ladies and gentlemen. Then we have USA 2, Steve Hedren. Then we have Terry Storty in USA 4. Out on the track, 10 laps, do or die racing, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers all milling their way over to the front of the front straight here. Give the USA guys a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They've put in a great night's racing here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, they've travelled down the fairway, they're travelling around the countryside. They put on some great racing here tonight. Unfortunately, one of the cars has done a piston and an engine. That's Terry Bedford, who is unfortunately not racing out there with them tonight. So the Aussies are going to definitely have a little bit of an advantage. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, give them one more round of applause. The USA team put on a great exhibition of racing here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get down to the Aussie guys now. Who would you like me to introduce first? How about car number 5, Neville? How about car number 46, Johnny Rodder? And last but not least, we have Peter Loeb. And then what about Rod Berry, ladies and gentlemen? Putting a great effort. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both teams, and would you be upstanding for the national anthem? If I can find it. Well, here we go. The tape recorder's just gone on the blink. helmets and belts on. It won't be long before we've got them underway, as I say, a 10-lap final. We'll give them a 1 lap under the caution. We'll have everybody on the fence. We'll have hats, we'll have caps, we'll yell, we'll scream. We want Elsie up the front. We want all Australians up the front. Johnny Rodder, we want all those black cars at the rear. That's the way it's got to be. We've got to at least take out first, second, third, possibly even fourth. But if we can take out the front 3 spots, we will be in with a very big show indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, when these guys line up and they're doing their 1 parade lap, please give them a round of applause. Get the Australians pumped up. Elsie's going to try and make a big move. Watch him, car 5. Rod Berry's going to really extract the digit here and go right around the outside of the field. And Johnny Rodder's just going to push the Yanks right out of the way. And it won't be long before we've got this action underway with the cars all out on the track, ready to race for a 10-lap do-or-die final. And it's been a great night's entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget the big Easter meeting here. 3 nights of racing, Good Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday, and the big rumour is there's a demo derby on the Sunday night, something not to be missed. So the cars are firing up, safety nets going up on the cars. Don't forget, there are 2 cars available for sale here out of the USA team. They are selling 2 of their cars. That is USA 4, USA 3. Unfortunately, USA 3 is not out there at the moment, but USA 4 is, as the cars roll out onto the track. Driving out there. Never else, ladies and gentlemen, as they come around. USA, Steve Hendren now. USA 2. Looks like on the outside of him is Peter Logue, the Australian captain. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Peter Logue on the outside of the front row. Have a look who's driving around there. Neville, ladies and gentlemen, pump him up. Neville does a really fine job here. Great support Neville has got around the area. Listen to that Capri light up. Immaculately prepared car as they come around. Johnny Rodder! Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get these guys here and there over the top of these motors and all as they come around. One more time. Peter Lowe on the outside there. Peter Lowe! Then we've got Neville, ladies and gentlemen. Followed by Johnny Rodder. Give him a wave, give him a yell, pump him up. Let him know that you want him to win. Righto. Now we're getting down. We've got the 1 lap finger up. 1 lap to go before we've got green flag racing. Green flag racing on the pole. Steve Hendren on the outside. Peter Logue on the inside of the second row. USA 1. And that is Bert Cheatham on the outside of him. We've got Johnny Rodder. Neville else off the 3rd row. On the inside of him is Terry Scorchy. And at the rear of the field, Rod Berry. Rod's going to make a big move round the outside. That's the tactic. Watch it. Green flag race. 10 laps of finals racing here as they come down. Hendren's got the pole. Oh, he's trying to get the fly already. I don't know if Tiger will have a bar in it. No start. No start. Hendren tried for the fly and couldn't do it. Yeah, the interest lies. The 3 black cars got the inside start. 1, 2 and 2. Interesting formation as they come down again into 3 and 4. This is 10 laps. Will we get a green this time? Peter Logue's looking for the fly. We'll let him have a go. Peter Logue on the outside, he's not going to give Hendren, and his eye loses a bit. Johnny Rodder's pushing his way up. When they get down, Peter Logue on the outside of him. USA 2 and 1, first and second. Far to the distance, blocking the track. Cheatham's gone around. Into the forest. Steve Hendren's over there. Cheatham out. Oh, Logue's gone around. USA 2 is out of it. That's all right. We've got two turned around up here. USA 4, Terry Scourge. And it looks like Peter Lowe, car 6. Total restart, ladies and gentlemen. We get a full restart. Sedans, full restart. It'll come around, I'm quite sure that's going to be the signal. And it looks like Brian Gowan's turned into a TOG guy. He's got a radar up here. And we'll get some speeds, we'll get some times. 10 laps. It's going to be a full restart. Looks like all cars are going to be right. And it won't be long before we've got them underway. One of the track stewards just wandering down telling all the drivers it's a total restart. Green flag light comes on. Now we've just got the USA captain having a talk to the chief steward. Now we're just waiting here, the chief steward having a talk to the USA captain, Bert Cheatham. Now we've just got him going down. Now we're just trying to sort out what's going on. The USA captain obviously not happy about something at the moment, but we're just trying to sort that out. Now he's talking with the lap score at the moment. Now, Jason, you might have to put his net up for him, Jason. Someone might just have to slip down and put Bert's net up for him. Now, we're just sorting it out. You get that net up, Bert. Tony. Now, we're just trying to sort out what's going on down there. Now, we're just now, car's ready to fire up. Bert's about to fire up his car, USA 1. Yep, he's underway. All cars back into it now. Trying to work out how the USA 4 car gets up into third position. Now we're just waiting for the guys to line up. Blows at 2, guys. Going to ring around and line them up. Here we go. Rotter's moving up around the outside. Johnny Rotter up on the outside of pole, Neville Alps next. Then it's Peter Lowe at the rear. Now we're coming down. Hendren off the pole, on the outside Johnny Rotter, then it's Bert Cheatham on the inside, the USA captain, on the outside of him is Stawell. We're just trying to sort out the positions. Terry Stewart on the inside, on the outside of him, Bright Berry, and with the rear is Peter Lowe as they come down, and it's going to be good. No start there. Lot lines of 2. Now, that Hendren turns it around on the start. Now, we're fired again. Lines of 2 is what we're after. style. Line for 2 as Hendren comes up to take the pole. The outside again is Johnny Rodder. On the inside, Bert Cheatham on the outside, middle left. And then we've got Terry Storgy, and then we've got on the outside Rod Berry and Peter Logue bringing up the rear. Now this looks like a bit of a starting position. Line for 2, bumper to bumper. Look at Elsie there. We'll be looking to hold out that number 1 car as they come down into turns 1 and 2. As they come down out of 3 and 4 now. And it's Hendren on the pole. He gets the hammer down, and we've got green flag this time. Well too. But it's Hendren into the corner well. That's underneath him goes Rodder. Oh, turn around and first Cheatham. Let's not worry about that. Let's Rodder out in front. Everyone else in first spot. Elsie wants the car. And nothing middle. And they come down the front step. And it's Johnny Rodder. Here in front. Everyone else has lost the guard off the car. Ozzy's runs and three. This is what we need. Come down in the run into 3 and 4 now, and it's Johnny Rodder, and it's going away, over the road, and Hendren there at the moment, and it's first set of speed coming up, and it can still get back into this race with a yard, over the race, over that speed they go. He gets 3 and 4, and it's Johnny Rodder there to strike it, ladies and gentlemen, he's still the flag for him in front. As they get down now, Rodder into 1 and 2, I'm in a fast on the track, as they come down, Real Elsie, get up there and give him a hand if you can. But he's got a bit of damage under the car. There's the front panels off the car. There won't be a zero down there that can put it on. Hopefully it hasn't done any damage to the front end. And it's first spot. He's got off there. The wheel's going to look like that. His stairs is off there now. He's got a spin off. There. Hendren on his head. He's got there. There goes there. There's the car. Peter Lowe, Peter going. Ross Berry, hold that American run car out. Out in front, please look at his biggest spot, USA 2. Let us move it on. Really got Peter Lowe. There is got Billy. Rod Berry holding the inside line. Getting out there, Rod. Don't let him get around, Rod. That's the way, Rod. Rod Berry up there holding it up. Johnny Rodder's got a bit of a bumper now. Yeah. They're going to come into play here. Here's Terry Storgy going to try and hold out. Johnny Rodder trying to get that other USA car up onto his back bumper. This is going to be where the interest lies. Yeah, look at Rod Berry. Rod Berry doing a great job. Get it on, get behind Rod Berry. He's holding out the USA captain, and that's going to be Pete at the moment. As they get down in the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, there's Johnny Rodder. Johnny Rodder's there. Running out of 3 and 4 on that side. He's going to go to 3 and 4 orange bumper. Coming down the front side. In the 1 and 2, Johnny Rodder. He's a 36 car. Getting it better in the Hendren. There else is third. There's Peter Lowe. Oh, the USA captain gets the third. As they come down. Point back to Johnny Rodder. Ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 left to go. Get on your feet. Throw your hands in the air. Johnny Rodder out in front of Steve Hendren. Good stuff. Double up in third spot. They come down to take the second flag. And Rod Berry's going to hold him out. Hopefully fair out. As they get down. Johnny Rodder takes the second flag. Steve Hendren in the second spot. Now, let's get back to Johnny Rodder. Devin Rice is going to take the third. Rod Berry. Come on, Rod. Give me a round of applause. Rod Berry. Hold him out, Rod. Bring him down wide. That's it. Rod Berry. Great drive. Let's go down and take a run. This is great stuff. Johnny Rodder, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Johnny Rodder takes that to him. Wow. Great racing. Now, Johnny Rodder. The quick time of 1781. Now, let's get them all around here. Johnny Rodder, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause as he goes around. Checkered flag and Australian flag. Johnny Rodder. Great night racing. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. from Dalesford. Level AUST in third spot. A big round of applause for Rod Stawell. And Bert Cheatham at the USA captain recorded the quickest time of an average run speed of 101 kilometres an hour. What about a round of applause for the USA, ladies and gentlemen? Give them a round of applause. Give everybody a round of applause. We thank you very, very much for your attendance tonight. We hope you've had a great night here. It's been an action-packed night of racing. It happens every night we race here at Stawell. Please come back and join us again very, very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the Easter weekend, 3 great nights of racing. Good Friday, Easter Saturday, Demo Derby on the Sunday. Don't forget Hamilton next weekend as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very, very much for your attendance tonight. We'll just finalise the point score for you, and hopefully we've got a win. We'll just have to confirm that, so if you just wait 2 or 3 minutes, we'll come up with a point score for you. This is getting down to a hour. I believe they are doing a count back at the moment. There is a count back going on at the moment. We are just waiting to confirm the place gettings. It is very, very tight within 2 or 3 points, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. If you'll just wait a minute, it could be a good result for Australia, for the public to go down and have a look at. We're just waiting for the result. He's coming across. The 2-lap scores in independent sections of the track are conferring notes there now. And it won't be long before we've got a result. Don't forget the pits are open for anyone who wants to go down and have a bit of a captain cook. Ladies and gentlemen, USA 39 points, Australia 44. Ladies and gentlemen, the Australians have beaten the Yanks. I'll repeat that for you. USA 39 points, Australia 44. What about a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and give them a cheer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much again, one and all, for your attendance. Hope to see you back here very, very shortly indeed. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, drive home very, very safely, and we hope to see you here in the near future.
Capri, Neville finished half a lap ahead of his nearest competitor after making just 1 pit stop for the race. And Victoria's elite young surfers will compete for 4 state
teapot.
But, Larry, wait a minute. I think there's something...
I want you to have this, Sir Leslie. A gift from me to you.
But, Larry...
But I thought it was Mr. Stevens' teapot.